And we are alive. We're back a couple days after we were just back. The GOAT, Kyle Kulinski, in the building.
Yeah, boy.
Yankees girl here says, "This is my first stream here. Been a fan of Kyle's for a few years now and heard him mention this channel in my latest video. Figured I'd check it out."
Hey,
Kyle is
well,
the realest of all realists. So thanks for, following through and checking us
yeah,
out.
thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I try to bring up Corin's World. At the beginning of the show, I do I say everybody subscribe to the channel, support the show, and then I say go sub to Corin's World because we do live Kyle and Corin episodes. So, I love that people join us live. It's much different from my show, guys. So don't expect purely political stuff here. We're much more laid back and much more chill. But I was just telling Corin right before we clicked record, or right before we click live, that I just posted a video on my channel because it looked like there was a coup attempt in Venezuela. Like there was gunfire that was reported. There were tanks in the street. There were anti-aircraft missiles that were shot. There were drones in the air. It was getting crazy. And then Crystal said at the end of the breaking news video, Crystal was like, yeah, but I do also see this other theory that it was just somebody's drone flew too close to the palace. And so they started firing at that shit on some Looney Tunes ass shit. And I was like, come on, man. That seems so. And now I'm looking at and they're like, there was some Looney Tunes ass shit.
I mean, I'm sure everyone there is on red alert.
Hell yeah.
Anything that's happened, they're on edge about it. And I mean, we could start with that, bro. It's just you obviously follow everything a lot closer than I do. And I texted you because it kind of got just anarchy once, the raid happened and this guy Maduro was captured and there's these pictures that are getting released and Trump's talking now. Just from an outsider's perspective, for me, I'm I don't trust Trump as it is. So it's what makes you think that you're going to Venezuela to do some shit to help the people and, be a man of the, everything's all gory, good. It just seems like such a mess. And it's so scary that this is going to happen other places. And this whole situation has just gotten out of control. And it just seems like a whole clusterfuck.
Yeah. And you're not even helping Americans. Why would I think you're going to help Venezuelans? Obviously you're not. And then he says we're going to take the oil. And it's oh, okay. So you just said the quiet part loud. You want to steal the oil. You want to help out ExxonMobil and Citgo and your billionaire buddies. That's what it's about. And what's been annoying me is looking at, so some of the Democrats said the right shit and others have sort of sucked. But the thing that I'm really triggered by is when they do this throat clearing shit where at the beginning of their statement, they got to be and Maduro's a very bad guy and he's a brutal dictator and he's this and he's that. Bro, if somebody got shot in the face and you had to comment on him, would you be yeah, Steve was an asshole? No, you're supposed to be don't shoot a guy in the fucking face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just annoys me that if everybody feels the need to be he did suck ass, but no, fuck that. The motherfucker got kidnapped and abducted and stolen and brought to the United States to stand trial on some bullshit ass charges. Dog, they had said he was the head of this cartel. Mm-hmm. And they said, oh, that's why we indicted him and that's why we arrested him. The second he gets into the U.S., they dropped the charge that he was part of a cartel. And they were yeah, we made that up. It's comical what they're doing, man.
I mean, it's just they could literally probably capture any president, emperor, whatever, and find some shit that they've done that's, illegal.
Right. And should China be able to arrest Trump because Trump did mad war crimes? Should they be able to arrest him?
That's what I'm saying. What makes us the people to go over there and straight kidnap him and charge him in New York? It's literally mind-blowing and it's
bullshit. Yeah.
And it's scary because all the shit that Trump is saying he's doing is literally what Trump is doing. So
yes,
when he's yeah, he can't do all this and he's, doing illegal, he's a drug cartel. It's okay, you're just stealing money from the oil companies and doing all this illegal shit that way. So to your point, why can't China be yo, we're bigger and more powerful than you, the US, so we're going to come and get you, Trump.
Exactly. They don't, there's no rules. There's no rules. They make it up.
That's what it is. There's no rules. So is it almost a forgiven fact that he'll get charged and just get put to prison here in the US?
See, now that's the shit that's really throwing me for a loop because if it's a real trial, he's going to be found not guilty.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even close. Like, they're not even close to proving anything against. One of the charges, they were like, he has a machine gun.
What?
He's the president of a foreign country.
Yeah.
The motherfucker could have whatever the fuck he wants. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, like, but that's the question is it a show trial? Like, are they doing what basically dictatorships have always done throughout history, which is like, yeah, we're going to have a trial, but like the judge knows I'm going to say guilty no matter what.
Yep.
But I liked it. Like, in this country, we do have like legit trials. So, like, I really think they're going to try him and then he's going to get off, which is weird. I saw somebody tweet like, what happens then? Do they just let him go back to being president? Obviously they're not gonna. So what are they gonna do? I don't know. What Crystal told me, this is crazy. Crystal told me that people in the State Department were even hinting at this on Twitter too, that they're trying to get him to say that he stole the 2020 election for Biden in order to reduce his sentence. So they're trying to force him to lie, to be like, oh, yeah, I stole the 2020 election to have Biden win, to steal it from Trump. They're getting him to lie to reduce his sentence. And Crystal said that there's people in the State Department that we know are in the State Department who are retweeting things that are indicating, yes, that's what's happening. The regime is putting pressure on him to be like, say this, and it'll be easier for you.
I just don't get that, I mean, the whole situation is so crazy. Like first off, the fact that he was in that Nike jumpsuit was kind of gangster. Like,
no, that shit sold out. That shit sold out. Did you see that?
Yes, it sold out because like Nike was probably loving that shit. Like, that's their best. Like, you don't even need a marketing ad after that. You could just put that picture up and throw a Nike check on that bitch and just be like,
"Yep,
like come get us" or some shit like that. Like,
yep.
But I don't get why they like have to blindfold the dude. Like, if he's all like,
it's all for show.
It's all for show. Like, like the White House Instagram account like tweeting out like the Biggie song and like the N-word was in it. Like, it was like it's just like, what world do we live in that all this shit is happening? Like, now people can't. But here's my thing, and I don't know if a lot of the people that are commenting on these posts are like pro-Trump, but like a lot of people are saying like that he was bad for Venezuela, but also like, what's the alternative? Like, the lady who's in there now still rocks with him. She said that like he should be not guilty. So it's like they're not going to have better lives because of it.
But that's why I'm losing my mind too, is like, there's not even a pretense of we're actually doing it to try to improve people's lives. It's got nothing to do with that. We want to steal their shit. Trump wants to steal their oil. They have the #1 oil reserves in the world. They have more oil than Saudi Arabia. Damn. It's about that. It's about fucking mineral wealth. It's about precious metals. Like, they have all this shit there. And Wall Street people are already like vultures circling over there. So it's got nothing to do. That's why I said it annoys me when people say, oh, he's a bad guy. Like, who gives a shit? That's their country. Yeah. That's not our country. Like, we're in no position whatsoever. And the other thing is, even if you wanted to say it was about freedom and democracy, which it's not, we back 73% of the world's dictatorships. We arm them.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? We suck off Netanyahu and Mohammed bin Salman. Like, the worst leaders in the world by far. And like, that's fine, but Maduro's got to go. Like, it just, none of it makes sense. None of it adds up. And yet, to your point, what world do we live in? Where like, we thought when we were growing up and like, George W. Bush was president, and that was really fucking bad.
Yep.
But the thing I've been saying on my show is they spent 2 years building up a propaganda case to go after Saddam Hussein and overthrow him. They lied to us for 2 years straight and said, he's got weapons of mass destruction. He might use them against us. He helped Osama bin Laden do 9/11. And now they don't even bother to do the propaganda. Trump is just like, yeah, I kidnapped a leader of a foreign country. And it's like, excuse me? The polls were already 30-something% supported. That's nothing. At the beginning of the Iraq War, they were like 80 or 90% popular.
Yep. Well, so you're lied to us and tricked us.
At the beginning of the shit, you're at 30-something%. It can only go down from there.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, we live in bizarro world, bro. Like, and the other thing is, what are we not talking about now? Because he's doing this. The Epstein files.
Yeah.
He's all over the Epstein files. He was like, I don't know. How can I distract people from the fact that I'm a fucking pedophile? Oh, I don't know. Here, I just fucking kidnapped a world leader and started another war and did regime change. Like, yeah, nobody's talking about the Epstein files. That worked, you know?
My gosh. Yeah. And then they're saying that is Cuba potentially next or something like that? Like, where's the next spot that
So now he's emboldened, dog. You're exactly right. Now he's emboldened. And so now he's threatening Colombia. He's threatening Cuba. He's threatening Panama. He's threatening Greenland. And he's threatening Mexico. In all of those, he threatened since he overthrew Venezuela. Because now he feels like, I fucking got away with it.
He's like Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Like, what are we going to do today? We're going to try and take over the world. Like, he's trying to take over the world. And it's so insane that, I mean, low-key in a weird way, if he takes over every single country and does this, like, brings every leader to jail in New York, could he, in a weird way, run the world?
No, not a chance.
Like, because he got him. Like, low-key, he got him.
But that's not even... So, first of all, a bunch of countries have nukes.
Okay, don't get the countries with the nukes.
They're off the table. The fact that those countries have nukes are off the table. That's point number one. Point number two is he's not going for the whole world. He's going for regional domination. So there's this idea called sphere of influence in politics, or geopolitical realism is the term for it. And basically what that means, it's like an 1800s idea that if you're a big major power, you are allowed to exploit the countries that are right by you, right? So Russia, for example, they would say, well, we get to fucking exploit Ukraine because they're right next to us. So America, fuck out of here. Fuck your trade deals with Ukraine. We get that shit. And the U.S. would say back, okay, but we get to exploit all of Latin America, and you motherfuckers got to get out of there. I don't want to see any trade deals between Venezuela and Russia. That's our sphere of influence. And that's what they're trying to bring back. Trump was literally out there saying, this is the Don Roe Doctrine, which is a play off the Monroe Doctrine, which is like, we dominate our whole hemisphere. The problem with that is they say things like, oh, Venezuela's in our backyard, so we should be able to do this. Bitch, that is not your backyard. That's your neighbor's house. You just stole your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that even mean? Stephen Miller was like, it's in our hemisphere. Again, what the fuck does that even mean? That's your neighbor's house. You just stole your neighbor's house and shot their dog in the face. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so
who cares if they're in your backyard or like next door to you or in your front yard? It doesn't matter. It's not your shit.
It's not your shit. Exactly. But they don't give a fuck because they know we have nukes. We have the big military. You guys don't have shit compared to us. So now we're the bully. But think about, Corin, the fact that we live in that world now, that like it's might makes right. It's the law of the jungle. There is no more international law. Like, that's the shit that led to World War I and World War II, is that we didn't have a real system of international law that people abided by. And so everybody looked around and they said, holy shit, we have millions of corpses piled on top of each other because we didn't have rules of the road that everybody had to abide by. So that's what created the liberal international order and international law. And now Trump fucking comes in and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Blow that whole shit up. We're going to go back to no rules. And like, we are not always going to be the guy on top. There's going to come a time where we don't have the biggest military. There's going to come a time where we don't have the most allies. Right now,
military allies.
Exactly. So like, I don't want to live in that world, dog. I don't want to live in a world where there is no order. There is no law. There is no equality. There is no justice. It's just like, if you have the biggest weapons, you get to do whatever the fuck you want, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of scary in the sense where like Venezuela could do some shit to us too, right? Like, isn't there some retaliation or some like type of like get back that they'll want to do to like,
I mean, of course they want to, but I don't know if they have the capacity to do it. And the other thing is they wouldn't attack civilians because they're fucking like good people. Whereas our fucking shitty ass government was like, well, they killed 80 civilians trying to get Maduro, or 80 people, I should say. At least one we know was a grandma who was 80 years old. Lord only knows who the other people are. There's probably like half of them were civilians or some shit.
100%.
Like, they don't do shit like that. But I mean, we're going to get our comeuppance eventually. Like, it's just what goes around comes around. And we fucked with so many countries for far too long. And now we're making it even worse. And like, I don't know, man. It's just, it really makes me disgusted to be an American. Like, it's disgusting. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of it's sad and it's scary. And I was listening to his press conference, and it's like, you know, to your point, they say the lies out loud now, and they straight it's just a scary time. And like you don't. Again, I don't believe anything he tells us or like I see that he does for our country. What makes you think that like the shit he's saying about Venezuela is going to be true? And I don't know, man. It's
I got breaking news for everybody too.
Did something happen?
Yes. So I remember I said it may have been some Looney Tunes ass shit.
It was true.
Now we got the other direction. So Dropsite News is posting unverified reports on social media claim the clashes may be linked to an attempted internal power move coup targeting acting President Delcy Rodriguez. So Delcy Rodriguez is the VP for Maduro.
Yeah.
And so some people are saying that Diosdado Cabello is reportedly leading a coup to oust newly sworn-in President Delcy Rodriguez. So we don't know right now. We don't know. Wow. It could have been some Looney Tunes ass shit, or it could be a power struggle since Maduro is not there right now.
Well, it's definitely straight anarchy over there right now. So I'm sure there's a lot going on of people trying to like.
Everything was fine until tonight. Everything was fine. In fact, there were like protests and stuff where people were saying like they want us to devolve into civil war. We're not going to do that. And they were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So like the people are pretty together. Even the opposition party was like, you got to return Maduro. This shit is crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like so everything was fine. But now with the gunfire and stuff, White House says U.S. not involved after gunfire and drones were reported near Venezuela's presidential palace.
That's cap.
An alleged column of Chavistas apparently led by Interior Minister Cabello heading to the Venezuelan presidential palace. Yeah, we don't know, man. We don't know.
What happened when Saddam Hussein was taken? They like wasn't there a struggle for power or somebody took over or we took over? And that was messy as fuck too, right?
So after Saddam Hussein fell, Iraq basically fell into total anarchy, and then that led to the rise of ISIS. ISIS came out of Iraq being destroyed. And so Saddam was way better than that. Yeah. And that's the thing people say. I mean, look at Libya. In Libya, we overthrew Libya. Obama overthrew Libya. And then it's a failed state and there's open slave markets. They have literal slavery there. So like this, I mean, this is what happened.
Like so much worse. Like it's like now that you don't have the gang, like the mob boss, all the gang members are going to like the next person's going to try and take charge. And like,
so yeah, you're right. But also what we know right now, or this is the theory. The theory is the VP is loyal to Maduro and was loyal to the revolution, the Hugo Chavez revolution. Right. And so you replace Maduro with Maduro, if that is true. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, like, what are you doing? Like, How are you like, what is this?
Hey, we got the main guy, but the lady who's there is literally saying like he should be freed. He was fine. Like
exactly. So that's the main theory that people are going with. I know. The second theory though is that VP cut a deal with America and gave up Maduro, and that she actually is going to abide by whatever the U.S. wants her to do, which is let the oil companies fucking pillage Venezuela and loot Venezuela. That's the other theory. I don't know which one of those things is true. I don't know. And the other thing I don't know is if she did sell him out, is the military now overthrowing her for selling him out? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. But like, it was very half-assed the way they did this, where like they just took Maduro and like that was it. And then like, obviously the puzzle pieces are now going to shift. Like, you can't just overthrow them and be like, ExxonMobil's coming in tomorrow to steal all your shit. Like, no, you do realize shit like this always requires immense planning and organization. And like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just like with Iraq, they had no idea what they were doing. They fucking fired like every government worker when they took over Iraq. And then that led to civil war. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you think it is for Trump? Do you think it's money? Like, doesn't he have enough money? Like, do you think that getting oil and having the oil companies beholden to him, it's about money? Or like,
I think it's about greed. I think it's about narcissism. I think it's about self-aggrandizement. I think he wants to be viewed as a transformational president who goes down in history. But I also think he's completely owned by the billionaire class and the corporations. And the oil executives gave him $1 billion to run his campaign. And he said, I'll make it worth your while and I'll pay you back for it. And this is his idea of doing that.
God damn. I didn't even know Venezuela was on the fucking table for that shit, man. And it's like they came in hot. And it's interesting because it's always like there's always that storyline. Like you don't know what it's going to be. It's like 1 year it's this next year it's this, and like this year it's the Venezuela shit, and like that's what we're focusing on. And to your point, it takes our mind off of all the other shit that we're talking about prior to that.
And they're gonna do Greenland. They're gonna do Greenland. They're gonna do Mexico. Greenland? They want to steal Greenland. Greenland is part of Denmark, and Greenland has, again, a lot of natural resources there. And Trump keeps saying, we need Greenland. We need it. We need it for national security, he says. And so they, of course, don't want that. Duh. But he's like, I don't fucking care. And so
I wish he would do some shit that was like beneficial to like me and you. Like Slovenia has awesome basketball players now. Like kidnap them now so we can get all their basketball players to play in the NBA or something. Like do something that like is cool. Like, you want to like invade Canada or some shit just so we can like
he might do that one.
Like, but have a reason to do this shit. Like do something for the people. Like if you want to invade like Barbados and Jamaica or some shit so we could go there and have like awesome vacations and like, chill for free or some shit like that. Like hook us up one time. Don't do some shit that like we don't give a fuck about. Like unless gas is going to go down. Do you think gas will go down to like $1 a gallon or it's not even going to make a difference for us?
No, it won't make a difference for us. The only people who are going to make out like bandits are the billionaires and the oil companies.
Yeah, facts.
Like that's
At
not
least, like if you're doing this shit, like make gas go back to like, the 70s price. Like make that shit 50 cents. Like if we're not getting out of this shit, I don't give a fuck. Like shout out to all the Venezuelan people, but like if you're going to Venezuela and doing this shit, and yeah, maybe we get like $1.50 gas. All right, my bad. Maduro, you might have been fucking up. But like, if not, stay out that shit, bro. Like there's got to be a reason for what you're doing it to help the American people, and there never is, man. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, they're evil, man. Like he's on some Fourth Reich shit, That's what it is. Like it's some Fourth Reich shit. It's some will to power, insane strongman bullshit.
It's fucking crazy. But low key, I don't know much about Maduro, but like just seeing him in the Nike tracksuit, he's like rolling in. People have said it. He's like had mad different outfits, but he's come in. He's like, Happy New Year. Like he's giving the peace sign. Like he kind of looks like a G. I kind of fuck with him a little bit. if I'm walking in, and it's the same way on like Luigi shit. Like they do a lot of like this, it's all for the cameras and mad people walking him in and all this shit. But like that dude doesn't look like he thinks he's going to jail. And it's like, dog, you're about to like, your life is about to get fucked up. Don't be so happy.
It actually reminds me of what they did to Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Remember that when they like deported him to Venezuela or no, I'm sorry, to El Salvador, and he got fucking tortured there and shit. And then he like a judge ordered he had to come back to the country. Then they tried to send him somewhere else. Yeah. And he came back again. And like eventually it was just like they tried 1,000 ways to like destroy him, but they couldn't. And judges were like, I'm literally putting a restraining order on the government. You have to stop fucking with this poor guy whose life you're ruining. I honestly feel it. I feel like the Maduro shit is like that too. Like there's no way this ends in the way that the Trump people want it to end unless they take him and say, we're holding him. The military's going to hold him and we're going to have him at a military tribunal, which is like a fake court kind of. Yeah. That's the only way I could see them getting out of this where like they get what they want out of it, which is him locked up permanently.
So here's my thing. If they can bring him to New York and kind of do all this liar, fake shit, trial shit, why can't they just be like, yeah, to your point, your judge is going to be Don Jr. and, like your lawyer is going to be like, why can't they stage all the other shit? What's the fucking holdback of like bringing him to New York if like they're going to give him a fair trial?
It's a good question because right now there's an actual indictment, which means he's going to an actual court in the Southern District of New York. Uh-huh. So that's the thing. The fact that they did this like it was an actual legal process, that's the thing that's going to fuck them in the end. Yeah. But like I said, if they take him out of the court system and say, we're going to use a military tribunal, that'd be their only way to just like, now we're going to fuck him and we are going to have some asshole be his, Trump's fucking sycophant be his judge to say he's guilty,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would be hilarious. Like, at least if you're going to fucking do it where you're not making rules and you're going into countries and just invading people and taking them and thinking you're fucking like the top boss, at least go the full shit. Like have Joe Pesci come back and be your fucking, and like
my cousin Vinny, yeah,
like do some my cousin Vinny shit. Like have a guy with a fake mustache, like go the full length of this shit, because like, then it just turns into a show. Like, what is he gonna go into prison with Diddy or some shit? Like he's probably gonna
wait a second, bro. I'm not even kidding. This sounds like a joke. I'm not joking. He's actually at the same prison as Diddy and Luigi Mangione. Corin, I'm not kidding.
What are we doing here?
And my reaction was the exact same as yours when I read that. And then I said to Crystal, I was like, we live in a simulation. Like, this is not real life.
What what are we doing? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, hold up. You're telling me it's lunchtime in the cafeteria and you've got Maduro and Diddy and Luigi Mangione all sit like, nah, bro. Come on, man. Come on. There's no way that that's real. Like, how could that be real?
Like, to your point, we don't live in a real world. Like, there's no world where you can say you have. I was amazed when they flew Maduro into Newburgh, New York, because I kind of live near Newburgh. Like, it's still far away, but it's like there in New York, like maybe 45 minutes away. And the fact that like they had people at local restaurants like standing on the street with signs and shit like that. Like, and I was like, damn, this dude was just ruling fucking Venezuela, like the fucking Don of that shit. And he's getting flown into Newburgh, New York, like driving past some mom and pop restaurants, some shit that like it's out there, bro. Like it's out there, but I guess they have like military bases and shit. And then on top of that, you're gonna put him in a prison with Diddy, Luigi Mangione, and like it's the other shit too. Like when Martha Stewart, when all these people go to jail, like when I don't know why Epstein offed himself because low key, he was in one of those prisons that like you find out about. It's like they're playing golf, they're chilling.
First of all, he wasn't in one of those. First of all, second of all, he didn't fucking kill himself. He got fucking killed, bro.
Yeah, that too. But like, I think when Martha Stewart went to jail, she was in some.
Oh, she was in some chilling ass shit. Yeah,
like you find out about the shit they're doing in prison sometimes, and you're like, yo, that shit don't sound that bad. Like maybe I'm gonna go try and rob a bank or something like that and see how it turns out, just so I could get put in some shit where I'll learn how to knit. I'll work out. I'll get reading lessons. Like they got libraries and shit. Like, why not?
Imagine Diddy trying to get Maduro and Luigi Mangione to do a freak off with him. Diddy's like, you got any baby oil?
I mean, I'm sure Diddy's been to Venezuela. I'm sure he's, had performances there and done concerts.
I doubt it because they've always been on the sanction list for the U.S.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like Iran and Venezuela are two countries that we've always sanctioned. So like you can't do business with them.
Oh, I didn't know Venezuela, like, because I've been to Colombia. Like
Colombia is an ally. Colombia is not like Venezuela.
Cool.
Venezuela's always been a country that we've sanctioned
and
embargoed. Okay. Yeah, it's like Cuba. Cuba, Venezuela, and Iran have been on our shit list for decades.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I want to say R. Kelly was in prison with somebody and they like recorded him singing a song or some shit. It could have been
no. I know what that was. That was he was singing happy birthday to people. And so he would call from the prison phone and sing happy birthday for people and they'd pay him. Yeah. I remember that.
Kind of genius.
I mean, what else are you going to do when you're in prison? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times can you jack off? How many times can you read a book? How many push-ups and sit-ups can you do? Like, at some point, you're like, shit, can I make money singing over the phone? Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, damn, man. What do you think, like, the conversation between Diddy, Maduro, and Luigi Mangione are talking about?
I mean, first of all, I don't know if they're actually going to be around each other at all. That's the first point. But the second point is, I think Maduro only speaks Spanish. I don't think he speaks English.
I would bet you Diddy picked up some Spanish in his time. Like I
was gonna say Luigi. I bet Luigi knows some Spanish, is what I think.
That's true too.
Yeah, so Maduro and Luigi talking about politics would be kind of hilarious.
But they like
kind of funny.
That would be that'd actually be kind of Who knows? Maybe if they both get off, Luigi's like becomes the U.S.
ambassador to Venezuela.
Oh, what a weird world, man. The fact that like that's real is just wild. And like does New York just have the best courts that like that's why they bring all these people to?
No, they indicted him in the Southern District of New York. Why? I genuinely don't know. I don't know why they picked the Southern District of New York, but if it's a real trial, he's going to be free. So everybody just prepare yourself for that.
And is his trial going to be like expedited? Like, will it go fast or like?
I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea. This is all, by the way, this is all uncharted territory. Just so everybody knows. Like, we have never abducted a president of a sovereign nation and just brought them to a court here, to a prison here. Like, that's never happened, ever.
Well, what do we do with Saddam Hussein? Like, we killed him?
So Saddam Hussein, we found him in like a hole somewhere.
Yeah, no. You ever see those photos of like where he was? He was literally like in some small ash. That's
yes. So we found him there. If I remember correctly, I think he was tried in Iraq. Now, whether or not it was a show trial, I don't know, but he was executed, I think, at the end of the trial.
Okay.
So I think it was an Iraqi court, and they executed him.
Okay.
That's what happened with him. There really is no analog. I can't think of any other person. Like, we never, kidnapped the fucking.
Well, Osama bin Laden, apparently, like, we killed him.
We allegedly killed him and dumped him into the ocean.
Which sounds so wild. Like, you don't even do that shit. Like, you do that with a goldfish that you have in your house.
That's where everybody's conspiracy brain goes. Really? Like, that's what you did? You dumped him in the ocean? You didn't even take fucking proof that you killed him? Like, really? Like, what is this?
That's one where it's like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but that's one where it's like, to your point, not even a photo, like not even a leaked photo of someone with, like, we've got so many leaked photos of weird shit. There's those people like giving thumbs up where they're hanging the like other people in the bunkers or whatever. But like, no one took a selfie with Osama before they dumped him in the water or some shit.
So what we do have is the SEAL Team 6 guys.
They said apparently we captured the president of Panama in 1989.
Oh, that's right, Noriega, and they tried him on drug things. That's right, on drug charges. Okay, so I was wrong. No, maybe I was right. I don't know. On the Osama bin Laden thing, I'm looking right now.
What, that they didn't dump him in the ocean?
President Obama decides not to release Osama bin Laden death photos. So
it's weird. Our view was just at 9/11 when you said Osama bin Laden.
So they said they chose not to release the death photos. But Obama did, but at some point they got to be declassified, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But we do have the SEAL Team 6 guys who were there, and we do have pictures of his like compound where they got him.
Yeah.
So there's
like,
some.
We know that that's actually his compound.
Yes. Yeah, it was in Pakistan. But the getting rid of him was weird. Pakistan leaks bin Laden death scene. Oh shit! This was from Al Jazeera in 2011. I never saw this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was lit the fuck up according to these pictures. If these are real. Oh, if that's him. If that's him, he had a shorter beard when he was killed. Jeez.
You would also think that for Maduro, like, he doesn't have people protecting him with the guns and stuff like that. Like, there's no.
He did. They were all killed. They were all killed. There was a big firefight. Yeah. So it was. I want to say it was. They said 80 people were killed, but like dozens of them were the people who were guarding him, and allegedly they were all like his Secret Service kind of, and they were all Cuban. He was being guarded by Cubans.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's what I know. But. Yeah, he had plenty of people guarding him, but the U.S. went in there and started murdering people. That's what happened.
I get it. The U.S. military is nice, but like, are we that nice to like take everybody out? It's almost like a U.S. soccer team. Like, doesn't Venezuela, like, don't their gangsters like know how to use weapons too? Can't they hit off some of our, like, there must have been some casualties on our side that like we're not talking about.
So we've been told there were injuries.
They said, "Fuck at it." You telling me you killed 80 people and we have injuries?
Well, so I would say
and not you, I'm saying.
But the 80 people, I think that included like the massive bombings in Caracas. So we didn't just take Maduro. We also did a massive bombing raid in Caracas where we blew up a whole bunch of shit, including killed
way more people.
The tomb of Hugo Chavez, who was the former leader, which is just fucking egregious that they were like, we're just going to murder your history too. We're going to try to like wipe out your history. So like the bombing raid was fucked up. That's how a lot of people died in the bombing raid, but there were some that died guarding him. And I think they came in and just lit up all of his people and took him and left. And his wife. They also kidnapped his wife, which a lot of people aren't talking about that, which is kind of crazy. They're like, she's indicted too. Bring her. It's like, what? What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, that makes no sense. Like, I'm just thinking if I was just sleeping in my crib, Nike, or just chilling on the couch, Nike tracksuit, and mad people came in. Take Molly too. I'm like, she didn't do shit. Fuck. Like, why are you taking her?
It's evil. It's really evil. Like we're the fucking baddies, like it feels horrible.
Yeah. It's a mess. Okay, so to start the show, there's that. But what was I just gonna say? Oh, for the stretch of time between New Year's and did you get back to your show today?
I never stopped doing my show, dog.
Oh, you never stopped?
No, I mean when me and Crystal went to North Carolina, I did a condensed version of my show. Where instead of releasing 8 videos, I did 1 long video. But I never stopped doing it. I was doing it the whole time.
Respect to you, man. Because like, so I kind of was. I mean, I'm unemployed, but I had like a week and a half off where like the catering shit I do was kind of off. So it was kind of just that like gray period of like unknown time. And I think a lot of people have gone back to work now. And I don't know. I just wanted to bring up that it's such a weird time between kind of like the Christmas. I guess it goes to the school calendar of like that has like a week and a half off. So it's just a weird time in between where everything's fallen off. That now I'm back to some structure of like Monday, my girls are back in school. I could get back to some normalcy. It's just been like, it kind of reminded me, and this is what I was thinking of, like COVID a little bit. And I don't really remember the COVID times. It was kind of like, you don't remember what day it is type of shit. And like, it was cool, but it was also like, I like that we're back to like everybody's going and doing their work type of shit. Like it feels normal again.
Totally. And also, I don't like this time of year, period. I think it's a shitty time of year. It's fucking cold. The fucking sun sets super early. Like, it's just, I don't like the winter. And so if I'm going to get time off, which I never really take time off, but if I was going to have time off, give me the fucking summer. Give me spring or summer. And so like, and it's weird because we do, you know, a lot of people get a little bit of time off now. Like kids are off from school between Christmas Day and New Year's. You might have some time off or whatever. But like this is not, you're not taking advantage of anything by having off this time unless you travel really far.
Or you're like passionately into skiing or snowboarding or some shit.
Exactly.
Like
which fuck those sports. I don't give a fuck about
those sports. Like, shout out to my guy. I love him, but he like loves snowboarding. And he's always like, do you want to go snowboarding? I'm like, I don't want to do any of that shit. Cause like I've heard stories and now we're in a time where like when you go skiing or snowboarding, they make like heated gloves, they make heated vest shit. Like there's stuff that can keep you warm. I don't know how skiing was a sport prior to like all this shit coming out, you know, like it sounds like, I mean, I don't enjoy skiing and snowboarding, but it's literally one of the most miserable shits that I've ever done. I'm cold. It takes dumb long to get up the mountain. And like, it's not an enjoyable thing. Like basketball, you play, you lose, you're on the next game. You just walk on the court, you pick up a ball, you shoot, whatever. Football, whatever, 7-on-7, quick, touchdown, you're playing defense. There's mad other shit you have to do before you actually go down the hill. And once you go down the hill, that shit takes like 7 seconds and then you're done.
That's so true. I mean, and also, like, I always let the dog out and in. And like, I'm always opening up the door late at night and shit. Yep. And I opened up the door the other day and I was just standing in front of the door and just got a burst of cold air. And I was like, I don't even want to be outside for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So why would I want to be outside for a whole ass day to ski or snowboard or even if you're bundled up, you're going to be cold as fuck.
And you can't talk. You can't socialize. You can't like, if you're with a girl, you can't hold her hand on this hill. Like there's not anything that you can do dating wise. Like it's just not.
Everybody wants to be inside. Everybody wants
to be inside. So like the fucking shit where they got the hot chocolate, all that stuff is always busy. The one thing that's making me kind of like, that's fucking me up a little bit is when a dog sees snow and they go on that shit and they just start fucking like wilding out in that. It almost makes me think that like by nature, we should like snow and we should like jumping around in that shit.
Nah, that's a dog, bro. So like I have a cold weather dog. We have a Burmese mountain dog. And like if it's like 10 degrees outside, she loves it. She like literally doesn't even want to come back inside. The colder it is, the more she wants to stay outside all day.
Is that what type of dogs like they are by nature? Like, are they like,
they're cold. They're literally like mountain dogs. They're cold weather dogs.
Okay.
And so, but I mean, think about it. If you're a dog, you can't sweat. All you can do is pant, right?
Yeah.
And you got this fur all over you. Yeah, you got fur all over you, which is like being in a sweater all the time, nonstop. And so, like, if that's your situation, I would want to be outside too, because it's hot as fuck inside. If that's what your shit is like.
That's a good ass point, man. I never looked at it that way. I've always looked at it as like they just have their fur on them, so they don't have like a jacket or sneakers on or some shit. You're looking at it as like that they got a built-in fucking like Snuggie on their shit.
And it's too hot. It's too hot. You got to run around in snow and shit. Yeah.
Fuck, man. That is like, you just blew my mind with that shit. So now they're like, get me the fuck outside. I want to jump around in that snow and be wild
Yeah.
out.
If anything, that when you got to worry about them is when they're inside, because like you got to like, are you too hot? Is that why you're pantsing? Like I worry about our dog in the summer because like she's not built for the summers. Like that's why we need to keep it. Like I said to Crystal, we should get like a doggy refrigerator that she can sleep in, where you keep it like 50 degrees in that bitch.
Oh, that'd be so butter.
Because I like keeping it like 65 degrees at night, which is kind of cold. A lot of people like 68, 69.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like
67.
But we wasn't. She needs like 40 something. So I feel bad for her every time it's the summer, you know?
Damn, man. Yeah, that's a good ass call. Yeah. Fuck. What else we got?
Okay, so I wanted to bring this up because I'm curious your reaction to this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so there is. I'm not gonna put this dude on blast because I feel kind of bad for him.
So I know him?
No.
Okay.
There's a YouTuber. Everybody knows how I'm into fragrances, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the fragrance YouTubers I watch is a young guy. He's probably like mid-20s, something like that. Maybe a little younger, 24, somewhere around there, right? And like in all of the thumbnails for his YouTube videos, he stays trying to do like a model face.
Yeah, chill.
He stays trying to like hit, like thirst post. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll like pucker his lips out a little bit and suck his cheeks in a little bit.
He's doing something.
He'll do that, like the Zoolander face, right? Is it Zoolander or is it some other shit?
No, Zoolander. That's it.
Right? Yeah, I got it right.
Yep.
Yeah. The what do you call it? Like blue ice face or something? There's some more.
Yeah.
He calls it something. It's not blue ice.
Yep. No, it's some shit like that.
Yeah, it's some shit like that. Blue steel. That's right. And so like when I'm looking at that, I'm like, we need to ban men from trying to be hot. Like we got to ban men from thirst posting. Because, like, who is this for? There's not a single woman on the planet who's going to be like, I wasn't that into you until you made that goofy ass face where you thought you were sexy. Like, I don't get it. And then, I'm sure you can see shit like that on fucking Instagram or
everywhere with guys. Like, girls, if you want to do it, whatever. Like, because guys, I guess by nature want to see that shit. But I feel like a real dude can, like, see through, like, just, like, actual beauty. But to your point, for a guy, it's like,
why are you trying so hard, bro?
You don't need that extra shit.
You don't just smile.
Yeah.
Just smile. And if you're not, and hit him with like if you don't want to smile because you feel like that looks corny or whatever, hit it with the fucking half your mouth smile. Just like something like that.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Sometimes there is doing too much, and that's doing too much. That's why, like, I mean, for our cover photos, I just find some genuine shit where we're both looking happy. I'll screenshot that, and that's the cover photo. But if you make it so it's like, I'm going to find some shit to look happy, or I'm going to pose for this thing to, like, be beyond happy, those videos, I'm like, I'm not even clicking that shit because fuck that dude. He looks too happy in that shit. Like, it's
not organic. It's not organic. It's not natural.
And that's why, I mean, like, when I'm going to text, if that shit's not funny, I'll just put LOL or some shit. But you'll know when that shit is funny because I'll put like a ha on that bitch. Like, you could tell on a photo when someone's ODing. I've said this about Ellen DeGeneres back since '88 when she was on her show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, she's doing too much.
That's right.
She's the way she's like laughing, the way she looks all. Look at, I mean, God rest his soul. Look at Twitch. Like, he was the happiest motherfucker on her show. He. R.I.P. Like, it's like sometimes when you're showing too much and you look too happy, that shit is a red flag.
And let me just say for the young dudes out there, like, it's not going to be your looks that attracts a woman to you, bro. Like, take care of yourself and shit, like have good hygiene and stuff, but like, don't get too invested in your looks. It's not, a woman really doesn't care that much about that shit.
And if she's like some insecure, like she's like,
you got to be, you got to be confident. You got to have swag or aura, as the kids now say. Yeah. Swag was our generation. Aura is what the kids say now.
Yeah, swag is still so gangster though.
Like, but that's what you need. You need some confidence. You need to be sure of yourself. Like, you need to just be down to earth. But any sort of shit where a guy is, no guy should be fucking flexing their abs or showing their fucking biceps or fucking trying to look sexy in their face. Like, none of that, bro. Like, it's just not. Don't do it. So I am anti-men thirst posting across the board. I don't give a fuck how good looking you think you are or how good looking you actually are. Give it a rest. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your six-pack. Nobody cares about your model face. Nobody cares about any of that. If anything, it's making you look goofy. It doesn't make you look like if a woman tries to be sexy, a woman can pull it off in certain contexts. Yep. If a man tries to be sexy, by definition, it is not sexy that you're trying to be sexy.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, 100%. I think like that energy matches that energy. Like that, I see that a lot at the gym. Like if I'll see a guy who's ODing, like flexing the abs, flexing the biceps, doing the whole shit, the girls that'll be rocking with him are the girls that are doing the same thing. And it's just like such a fake, fake fest, and it's like the people that are genuine that like just put a real photo up, like just fine in their shit. Those are the people that attract the energy of just a genuine ass girl. Like, but I see a lot of that. Like I follow like the gym that I go to, and shout out Lifetime. Their shit is popping. But a lot of people that they post in their stories are people that are posting on their own social media accounts doing extra shit. And I'm like, you don't need to be doing all that. Like we see you. Like I see your brolic. I don't need to see more of your brolicness. Like let it be genuine that I see you doing your shit. And if I'm a real one, the people that I respect the most that are freaking some shit, and I'll go over and I'll just be like, there's one girl who's a trainer there that they post on her story, and like she does like some boxing shit, or she was doing some crazy shit, and like she didn't hype herself up, but I think someone took a video of her, and in the gym I was just like, yo, I saw you, like you looked like you were freaking that shit. And she was like, oh, thanks a lot. Like the humble people, like
right.
It's just some humble shit.
Yep, that's totally right. All right, have you noticed the Knicks are trash without Josh Hart?
They're trash. Yeah,
bro.
They haven't done shit without him.
We haven't had him for the past like 3 games. It's all losses.
Ass cheeks right now.
Right now, we just played the Pistons. This is a team that normally we beat.
Are we getting waxed by the Pistons?
88-114.
Damn, it's not even been close lately. Like the Sixers, we've gotten waxed.
Because of Josh Hart. There's no Josh Hart. He's the one piece that's been missing. So this sounds crazy, but I mean it, and everybody needs to understand that I'm right about this shit. Mm-hmm. Josh Hart is more important to our success than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a wild statement to say, but like,
bro, when Jalen was hurt and he was sitting, we won most of our games, and we pretty comfortably. We were still winning shit. Somebody would step up. Miles McBride would have a big night. Cat would have a big night. Bridges would have a big night. Somebody
now I'm going to throw a wrench in your shit, and kind of, because you mentioned him, the timing of Josh Hart going out also pairs up with Miles McBride coming back and him throwing off the rotation a little bit too.
But nah, because when Jalen was hurt, Miles McBride was playing and doing great, and we still won with Miles in and no Jalen.
Yeah, I guess like you could almost chalk it up for like
he's the glue guy, bro. He does all the shit.
But it's like the season. So like, do you ever? And I'll ask you this: do you ever get to like you do your show year round? Is there ever a season, or is there ever a month? Is there ever a time where you're like not on your shit because it's just like it's the monotonous middle of the pack type of shit?
Yes, but that also further makes my point though, because Josh Hart, he's the guy that does all the shit nobody else wants to do.
That's true.
He does all the hustle plays that when everybody gives up, he's not giving up. He gets all the steals, and when people aren't paying attention, he'll fucking snatch that bitch. Like Facts. All the things, all the offensive rebounds, like that's what he does. Like he's the guy who does all the shit nobody wants to do. Facts. And when he's not there, that glue that holds the team together is gone. And so then, the other thing is I saw like when we played the Sixers, I think it was, their defense was suffocating and our defense was trash. And like that's another thing where I feel like Josh Hart's presence changes everything, where he steps up the intensity on defense and forces everybody else to also.
Yeah,
exactly. So without him, I'm genuinely worried about us. Without him,
do you know what he's out with? Because I know he was out, but I didn't know if it was some serious shit.
I know that he's supposed to be back. January 9th was the prediction of when he'd be back.
Okay, so nothing like nothing
crazy, crazy. What is Josh Hart?
What I wanted to ask you is Joel Embiid was spotted. He's got to deal with Skechers, which one is a little sus. 2, he was wearing low top socks, so his whole ankle was out. And I know we've spoken about this before, but what's your current sock situation? What level degree of length are your socks?
So the one I have right now, the ones I'm wearing right now are just above. They're the lowest cut ones. I think they are. They're the lowest cut ones. But I don't actually love these ones. I like the ones that are a little higher than that. That
so
are
where
not.
are they at? Because I'm like, I don't think I can get my foot that high, but I got like
Here, I'll take
underneath my
sock off.
calf, underneath the bottom of my calf.
Yeah, see, the ones you have are the ones I want.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have those, though. I have these ones where it's like...
Oh, those are super low.
Yeah, they're really low.
Those stick to your feet well. Like, those are like some glue shit.
Yeah, and especially this brand, the Puma ones. I really like these Puma socks. I feel like they let my feet breathe nicely and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I wear these all the time, but I feel like they don't sell the ones I like anymore. I don't see a lot of them selling the length I like, where like add like 3 inches to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No,
that's what I want, but they don't sell. I don't see them anywhere. You know?
Before we get to some super chats, I sent you a picture. I was in New York City today, and we're going to give a shout out.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up. Shout this person out.
Listening. I think her name is Tomoka Nakajima. I'm walking on the city, and she stops me. She got AirPods in. She was like, Corin? I was like, yeah, hey, how you doing? Like, I wasn't even thinking podcast. I was like, maybe my mom's friend or some shit, because she was older. Shout out to her. She was like, Kyle and Corin, like, I listen all the time. Like, you guys are awesome. Like,
let's go.
Like, my kids say that, you know, I'm the oldest listener, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, my mind flipped now. I'm like, oh shit. Like, there's a listener. Like, that's what's up. Because, like, I mean, you're on a different level than I am, but I walk around where I'm like, no, like, who the fuck am I? So she says that shit, and I'm like, that's amazing. So then she starts telling me she was listening to Breaking Point. She pulled her AirPod out.
Wow.
So, like, that's another plus. And then she goes on to say that, like, she gives me a business card, and she owns a
Nakaji, Nakaji. That's her restaurant, right? You said
it's a Japanese restaurant. So hold on, let me pull this up.
Bro, let's show her some love, man. Everybody who's listening to this, if you're in New York, go to the Nakaji restaurant and let them know that Kyle and Corin sent you. Like, shout out to her.
Peep this.
Show her love.
So I was like, yo,
amazing.
Like, I hit her with the you shit, because she was on some gangster shit. I was like, you want to take a selfie? She was like,
go.
Yeah, like, so look, their Instagram is NAKAJINYC. So go to their shit and spam their shit and say Corin sent you, and go check out their restaurant, because she was a real one, bro. Like, it was just cool. I always tell you, like, it was cool that happened, you know?
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Shout out to her for stopping you. Shout out to her for watching the show and watching my wife's show. And
yeah,
bro, everybody show some love. Go to the restaurant. Let's get her some fucking nice business. You know what I'm saying?
And like,
wherever they, where is it in New York? Tell me where it is in New York.
40 Bowery, New York.
But what you know what borough she's in?
Manhattan.
Oh, it's Manhattan. Okay.
Yeah,
next time we're there, me and Crystal are gonna go to that bitch.
Yeah, no, like 100%. She'll bless you, because obviously she's a fan of you guys. She found our podcast through you.
Yeah, she doesn't need to bless us though. We got her. We're happy to pay full price for.
No, but she was like, next time you're in New York, deadass, she would go. She was so humble, and it was mad cool. And I'm sure their food was big. She said, I don't like Japanese food. And I told Molly, and
you love Japanese food.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, isn't hibachi food Japanese?
Yes, Japanese, bro. You love Japanese food.
Yeah, so she's bugging. Like, maybe we go on a double date to this shit. Oh, look, Molly just said that.
Let's go on a double date. Yeah, I would fucking love that. Next time we're in New York, we gotta do that shit for sure.
So shout out to her. That's Tomoko.
And that
shout out to you.
Nakaji restaurant. We're in there, bro.
Nakaji restaurant. Everybody go follow them on Instagram. That's all I had. That's all I wanted to say. She was so cool, and I was happy to like tell you that shit, because I thought it was dope.
So I'm about to take a piss real quick before we get to the super chats.
Yeah.
But before I do, I'm going to give you. Oh, you're going to go pee too? All right. I was going to give you something to talk about before I.
Oh, left. Tell me.
Well, I was going to say, well, there's two topics here. I was either going to do. I noticed that they allow fighting in men's hockey, which to me is so fucking weird, because like it's the only fucking sport where they're like, go ahead, fucking fuck each other up. And I was going to say that's sort of like, it's low-key sort of racist, because they would never allow that for basketball. They would immediately be like, look at these thugs, look at these gangsters, lock them up, they're committing crimes. But for the white guys in hockey, they let it rock. So that was one of the things that I was thinking of. The other one was, this one's even more controversial, I feel like. if you're get into a fender bender accident, you got to keep it moving. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Do not pull over. Do not stop. Do not exchange information. If there's a fender bender accident where like your thing is bent a little bit,
yeah.
If it's like, if you look at it and you can't immediately tell, oh, there was an actual accident there, you got to keep it moving. Like, I don't care if your shit was kissed just a little bit from the person behind you. Pause. Like, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. Because how many times has traffic been caused because somebody's taken somebody's information and you drive by and they're pulled over on the side of the road and you can't even tell that there was an accident? That it was just like they hit him at like 4 miles an hour or some shit and nothing happened. And it's like, well, my bumper's a little dented. It's like, fuck that. Who cares?
I kind of, in a weird way, I'll let you go pee, but I kind of, no, someone said that's a horrible take. I kind of fuck with that take because if it's not noticeable enough, like Molly's sister has a car and the whole side of her shit, Molly's sister is crazy. Molly said she once got a car and went through the drive-through and let it hit the side of the building because she thought the mirror collapses on his own. Because I guess she had a car where the mirror collapsed in. And so she got a new car and was driving, was just gonna let that shit hit the building, and she did, and her whole mirror cracked. So then just recently we went to the spin class and she pulled up and her car was parked. The whole side of her car was brown. And so Molly called her and was like, you know your car is pretty bad, right? She was like, yeah, I hit a cabin. She drove into a cabin, which is almost like one of those like hitting a parked car, because like, how does that happen? But to your point, if it's not noticeable enough, damn, man, I always talk out of both sides of my mouth, because when my car gets dinged at a supermarket and there's a little nick on that shit, I'm like, I need whoever did this shit to get Maduro'd right now. Like, go to Brooklyn. There needs to be a full investigation on this bitch, because you can't let your car just roam around free and hit my car.
But do you lease your shit or rent your shit?
No, my shit is we bought it.
Yeah, you bought it. So yeah, you got to let that go, dog. Like, if it's not even noticeable on first inspection, right? You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Shit happens. Like, shit, it's called a bumper. Like, it's made to be bumped. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, the bumper, yes. Like, so we were parking at a birthday party in New York City this past weekend, and I was freaking my parallel park. I don't know how you are with parallel parking, but I'm nice with it. I like boop, 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 boop. I get in that bitch if there's an inch. And I back up a little bit and I put it into park. And you know when you put it into park, your car will still jerk a little bit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It did that shit and it hit the bumper, and Molly was like, oh. And I was like, relax. Like, your point. I was like, it wasn't OD. Like even if the person was in the car, they'd be like, yo, you're good. So yeah, I kind of agree with you. If it doesn't OD, the shit that like is the weirdest thing I've seen on a car. You ever see the bumper buddies on a car?
Yes. Don't do that.
Like, if
that's some grandma shit.
That's some grandma. That's leaving the plastic on the furniture.
100%.
It looks horrible. Like, if you're gonna buy a car, why are you even doing that?
Insane. Like, however, you can have the nicest car in the world, but if you have a bumper buddy thing, all anybody sees is the bumper buddy.
I'm the same with if you've got a nice ass car, and I've seen some people with nice cars. What are your thoughts on like bumper stickers?
It depends. I'm sort of 50-50 on them because...
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the reason why is I low-key want to put like a Medicare for All sticker on my shit. Like, you know, certain ones I feel like I'm proud to rep this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's valid.
But on the flip side, I've never really done any bumper stickers. And we all know the people who've done like 25 of them, and that's a little bit like, come on, man. I'm going to have to limit... I got to limit the political people. I got to limit you to 3 maximum.
Yeah.
No more than 3.
And there's some that can come and bite you in the ass, because I'm not going to front. I took a picture with Hillary Clinton. Like, I thought she was the shit back in the day. You put a Hillary Clinton sticker on your car, like, you've got to rep that for a hot minute. If like Barack comes along or Bernie comes along and you change your stance, like, no. We all see that shit on the back of your car. And you can't resell your shit because, like, what if you sell it to a conservative?
Yeah, you got to be careful when it comes to political campaigns. You got to be careful with bumper stickers, bro. You got to be all in on some next level type shit to do a political campaign bumper sticker. Yep. You know,
It's even like if you put a fucking like I was a fan of Louis C.K. You put a Louis C.K. bumper sticker on your car,
and then everybody thinks you want to jack off in front of women.
Can we both go to the bathroom? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
That's
I'll
fine.
be right back.
All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, we're gonna lock in on some super chats now. No, we didn't say bye. We just said we're both going to take a piss real quick. Sorry, Courtney. Okay, if anybody just logged in right now, we said go check out this restaurant. Follow them on Instagram. Social NAKAJINYC. She's awesome, and their food was probably bomb. Tony, I didn't. I'm in my house. I didn't touch anything. I literally sat on the toilet, let it out, and came back. Corin wins. Don't judge me. Corin back first. I didn't. Come on, man. In your crib, I sat on the toilet. I didn't touch anything. So it's not that bad. Everybody's asking. Kyle lost. Yep. Corin's back. I told him I didn't. Like I sat down on the toilet.
No.
I literally
out of here. He knows our stick on
this. Yeah. I sat down. I pulled my toilet. All right, let's get to some super chats because they're coming in hot and heavy. So
they're trolling us with the wash the hand shit. They know my take on that, bro.
OD. All right, let's rock and roll.
King of the Viltrumites. I believe he's like undefeated with sending in first. One. He's always the first one. Read this in Dave Rubin's voice. I'm the god of the marketplace of ideas. The dial of ideas is off the scale. I rule the world with my ideas, bro. There you go. Yeah. Man, that guy is such a loser. I actually just saw a clip of him earlier today saying some dumb shit. I think he was going after Ro Khanna for calling it like regime change or something. He's just an idiot. That guy's an idiot. V-Man, thank you for the $10. Kyle, since you mentioned Trump using Puerto Rico as a staging ground, thought I'd let you know the pro-statehood MAGA governor is not only cheering this on, but her party is begging to continue in the next chat.
Is there a next?
Yeah, it might come at some point. Just keep going in order. We'll eventually get. Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
To be brought by the regime to help with the nation building scheme. Oh my God. Meanwhile, the Democratic Socialist Independence Party condemned it. I'm tired of mainland lefties. Continue in the next chat. Screaming about making. He's giving you a lot of money though.
I know.
About making Puerto Rico a state when the movement is opposed to everything you claim to believe in, while you neglect/ignore the status movement that actually matches your values/ideals. Yeah, it's a fair point, bro. That's a fair point. And that is crazy that they're like, oh, let us help fucking rebuild Venezuela. Like, oh, you want to be involved in this crime that we're perpetrating? That's insane. That's insane. Shout out to you, V-Man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, V-Man.
King of the Viltrumites, Kyle, how the fuck did you become a golf fan? Golf is the only sport I ever fell asleep watching. My dad, man. My dad, from when I was a kid, we had a driving range, a golf range right next to my house. Like literally like walkable distance. And so my dad took me there when I was like 6 years old or 7 years old.
Cherry Lawn, right?
Cherry Lawn, that's right. Cherry Lawn Farms. Yep. And So they had a club that they cut down into a kids club. It was back. I'm so old that it was literally a wooden driver. My first club was a little wooden driver.
Oh, damn.
And this had to be, it had to be mid 90s where this happened. I was born in 88. So like maybe 1995, 94, something like that. So I had a cut down driver and I'd hit balls. And if I hit it over the hill, there was this little hill. And if I hit it over the hill, to me, that was a big shot. And it was like 40 yards, 50 yards, whatever the fuck it was. But like it started like that. Then my dad used to take me golfing with him when he was a member at a club. Mm-hmm. And then, I was on the high school golf team. And then you got to remember, I'm the perfect age where I grew up watching all of Tiger Woods shit. Tiger turned pro in 1996. And so I watched the run in 2000, 2001, 2006, 2007. His whole shit I followed the whole time. So like that's your answer right there. Is my dad got me into it and Tiger Woods was doing his thing and like got addicted to it.
One thing I will say, sorry if I got a burp.
Bro, what are you drinking that you burp every 7 seconds?
It's like a seltzer or something that's throwing me off. When I watch golf, it is the sport that like Jim Nantz has the perfect voice to like
fall asleep. Yeah, he'll put you to sleep.
So it's not that it's like I do it. I fall asleep watching it too, and I'm a golf fan. I wouldn't say I'm a golf fan. I'm a Majors fan. I guess that's how I would categorize myself.
I'd say most golf fans are like Majors fans. You know what I'm saying? Right? So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if they had Jim Nantz announcing basketball games in that same voice, like I'd be knocked out in the second quarter.
King of the Viltrumites again, man. Thanks for the $10. You want the military to resist illegal orders? They'll only do that if we all turn out in massive numbers, regardless of political affiliation. They'll only stand up when we do. Spread this truth. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's generally true. I think every now and then you might get like a real independent thinking maverick who's like, no, I'm just going to fucking reject your order regardless. But I think to get a lot of them to reject the orders, yeah, there's got to be popular pressure from the ground up.
Facts. Thanks, King of Viltrumites.
Shermith, thanks for the $20. What do you think about Steely Dan? Is Steely Dan? He's a musician. I don't know much about him. How about you, Corin?
Yeah, I don't know much about
Steely Dan.
No, I feel like I've heard of him a lot, and I think he's pretty popular. And there's probably some songs that we know.
Oh, it's a group. It's not an individual. It's a group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Does it say any of their popular songs?
Reeling in the Years, Do It Again, Ricky, Don't Lose That Number, Peg, Dirty Work, My Old School.
I feel like we know Ricky, Don't Lose That Number, but I feel like we had like a kind of friend in middle school named Ricky, and maybe we're just thinking like one time we said to him like, Ricky, don't lose that number.
I will say, look, they came out in 1971, so like that's before our time. You know what I'm saying?
But they are iconic. I've heard Steely Dan, and I know they make bangers. So like,
I've also heard of Steely Dan. So they're definitely legit, but I'm not really familiar with their stuff. Or it's one of those things where I probably heard it, but I don't know it's them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to play it. I'm like, oh yeah, I heard this song. You know what I'm saying? Diego, thanks a lot for the $5, man. Really enjoyed your segment on MAGA anti-war voters today. Has any recent B politician done a more thorough political 180 than Tulsi Gabbard? No. And boy, oh boy, is it disgusting. Because there was a time where we all liked her. We all supported her. Now we feel like fucking stupid for liking her because she was just lying the whole time, you know? What's that?
She's still bad?
She's in the Trump administration. And she used to be all about being anti-war. And then now she's like not saying anything when Trump does a regime change in Venezuela, you know? So she's the worst.
Yeah. Fucking horrible.
Total hack. Uncommon Cinema, thank you for the $5. If Trump does do some kind of strike in Mexico, do you see Scheinbaum shutting down trade or the border, going after the U.S. economy more directly? It's a great question, man. I don't know. I don't think the world really understands what to do with this guy. He's completely psychotic. He's completely unhinged. And the only thing that's really going to defeat him is like unified resistance where the whole world stands up together and goes, you know what? You fucking went too far. You got to fucking stop it. Right. But we're not seeing any of that. I don't know if you saw the EU's response to Trump overthrowing Venezuela, but it was some cucked ass bullshit about like, we're easing restraint on both sides and Maduro was a dictator and he was bad. And it's like, bro, they're going to do this to you. They're going to steal Greenland within like a year or two. And here you are fucking making excuses for the Venezuela shit. So I don't know what the correct reaction is, but
they're trying to kiss Trump's ass.
They're trying to kiss Trump's ass. But yeah, I hope that she's awesome, Claudia. So she's probably thought of some brilliant shit that I haven't even thought of. But I'm sure she'll navigate it intelligently because she's navigated him intelligently so far, you know?
Facts.
V-Man, thanks for the $10. Screaming about making Puerto Rico a state when the movement is opposed to everything you claim to believe in, while you neglect to ignore the status movement that actually matches your values ideal. Yeah, I think he sent this one twice. But thank you again, bro. I appreciate you.
Man.
Yeah. Aiken Aikenawell? How would you say that? Akinawell. Yeah, that's probably better. Thanks for the $10. Yo, Kyle, you mentioned watching Always Sunny. What were your thoughts on season 2, episode 2, where an Israeli businessman claims he owns the bar based on an ancient zoning law? I haven't seen that one, but that's a hilarious premise.
I haven't even seen the show, but I saw, I think, a clip of that.
That's so funny.
There's a lot of funny shows.
Me and Crystal haven't gotten that far in the show, but from what we've seen, it's just a funny show.
Are you guys watching Always Sunny?
We started watching it, and then we just stopped. Which is kind of annoying. I want to go back to it, but yeah, it's a good show.
How are you guys on Molly Watch Schitt's Creek? Have you guys
haven't seen it?
No,
haven't seen it. Yeah,
there's so many good shows.
Preg C, thanks for the $5. Kyle, have you seen Ryan Grimm retweet that insinuates Chavez may have overhyped how much oil they have? Would be funny, not funny if there's no oil. Oh my God! That would be like an Always Sunny episode right there. Yes. That all this trouble, and then it's like we don't even have that much.
Oh my gosh. That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. In defense of the genre, thank you for the $5. Have you guys noticed people use way more cologne than they probably should? I was at the grocery store and could smell a dude across the whole store. Yeah, so I always used to be a more moderate sprayer, but like a light sprayer. But then I realized that my skin in particular tends to eat up like every single fucking scent immediately. So now I've actually moved to a heavy sprayer. And even with that, I feel like people get the right amount of whiff of me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I asked you in the past. Is like, what in a fragrance world, or like, people on social media, what's the acceptance of what you spray? Is it like boom, 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 and that's it? Or is it like boom, 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 and then you do one for the body? Like, what's accepted upon fragrance spraying?
So it depends on your skin chemistry, and it depends on the fragrance, because some fragrances are way more powerful than others. Right. Some are very light. And also some people's skin is very receptive to fragrances, and some really eats up the oil right away and makes it so it's gone immediately.
Yep.
So for me, I feel like my skin sort of soaks up everything very quickly. So there is a trick though. If you moisturize a lot, then that allows the fragrance to sit there longer. So I've been doing that more now. But for me, I used to be 3 sprays max. Now I'm 6.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'll do, and what I do is I try to hit the areas where people's faces are so they can get a whiff of it. But I do shoulder area on the clothes, back right here. That's 3. And then I do 3 on the neck. 1, 2, 3. And then sometimes I hit just my hand here for myself. So the trick is always get up near people's noses so they can smell it, and always try to keep it away from your nose, because you'll go nose blind to it if you have it right in front of you. So you want to try to get it sort of backish area so that you'll get whiffs of it all day. Because I don't know about you, but I like to get whiffs of my fragrance all day.
I do, but I feel like the difference is I get very sensitive with scents. So if it's too close to my nose, I'll be sneezing all day.
And I also think it depends what scent it is, because there's some, and people go nose blind faster to certain scents, very synthetic chemically smells. You'll go nose blind to faster. More natural ones, you don't go nose blind to as fast. But you just got to find a scent that you like that doesn't make you sneeze and doesn't give you a headache and shit like that.
Totally.
Carla Gen X, thank you for the $5. Elbows up here in Canada. I'm Gen X and have a lot of issues with authority. Love you, Kylie. Well, I love you too. Thank you very much for watching and supporting. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Carl.
Cole Kicker, thank you for the $6. Of all the progressive fighters, who has been the toughest so far? Asking because I'm gutted after the Tim Walz news. I think Rokan has been doing a great job. I think he's been doing a great job. I think Summer Lee's been doing a great job. I think Rashida Tlaib's been doing a great job. I think most of the time AOC does a great job. Bernie, of course, does a great job. So, I mean, there are people out there. It does suck that Tim Walz is not running for re-election.
Yeah, so what, he just, that's official and that sucks?
Yeah, he's I'm not running for re-election because I feel like the whole fucking shit about the Minnesota Somali fraud thing is sucking up all the air out of the room, and I want to focus on governing and not on that. And it's I don't know. I don't like it because they lied, and so why not fight because they lied? Yeah. As opposed to be it makes it look like they had a point when they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I don't like that he retired, but he deserves his flowers. He did a lot of good shit. Thanks. QC man, thanks for the $5, bro. I guess since Senator Whitehouse is so good, we never noticed how crap Senator Jack Reed is, huh? Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be successfully primaried. Bro, that guy, first of all, he looks like a corpse. That guy, Jack Reed. That's point number one. Point number two is, could you imagine looking at what Trump did there with Venezuela and being like, I want to say that was a very highly specialized mission. Very impressive. Like, fuck you, bro.
Anyone
Fuck
who
you.
says that shit is just literally kissing his ass.
And they're like 100 years old, too. Like, these people are so out of touch, you know?
I gotta see what he looks like.
Alan Morgan, thanks for the $5. Trump is treating the planet like the board game Risk. What the fuck, Waltz? Yeah, I agree. I want Tim to stay in. I do want Tim to stay in, and I agree that Trump is treating the planet like the board game Risk. That is absolutely correct.
Do you think Tim Walz had a shot at? Wait,
he was running for re-election for governor in Minnesota. He would have won.
He's not even running for governor in Minnesota anymore.
Yeah, exactly. He would have won if he stayed in too.
Yeah,
it's a fucked up thing. Office of the President of Earth, thanks for the $5. The U.S. is a joke. I have not felt stronger about a national divorce than I do now. Please, sweet God, national divorce, please. See, now you're singing my tune, bro. Everybody came after me when I said that, but now they look around as Trump is doing fucking regime change in Venezuela, and they go, I want nothing to do with this, bro. I don't want people to think, I don't want to pay taxes to this. I don't want people to think I'm part of the Fourth Reich. Like, fuck out of here. So everybody's singing my tune. I agree. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
It's only going to get worse.
Diego, thanks again for the $5, man. Mad Free Speech Taibbi is suing the journalist who wrote the book that details how he sold out to Elon Musk for the Twitter files. Total fraud. Yes, I saw the Vanguard segment on that, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. A guy whose whole brand was free speech now suing somebody because he said mean things about you. Humiliating. It's honestly humiliating. Like, you're going against the principle that you claim to believe in more than any other one. It's like disgusting. So shame on him. And shout out to you, bro. Thank you. Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Did you know Trump signed an executive order expediting approval to lower marijuana to Schedule 3? Why not undo Biden's change if he's anti-weed? Is it positive? Is weed positive? Weed I would just categorize as like neutral. And yeah, all Trump did was reverse what Biden's executive order was. So Biden made it Schedule 3, and then Trump originally went in there and killed that executive order, and now he brought it back, I guess. But what's interesting is, like, he's doing so much fucked up shit. I haven't even seen anybody talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. You know? There's so much other shit.
Yeah, it's on. Like, do you think you're going to override, like, being in the Epstein files and starting wars with, like, hey, weed is Schedule 3 again? Like, that's not going to fucking do anything.
That's just not making no news.
No. Lil Cap here. Shout out to Cap. Kyle, I hate you for getting me addicted to fragrances. I've been spending way too much money on this shit. Screw you, buddy. Shout out Big Corin. Cap, we're in the same boat, bro. But I got good news for you. Keep your eyes on the discounters and only purchase fragrances from the discounters, and you will save money if you do that. Also, if you watch Fragrance YouTube, they will give you extra coupon codes to get even more money off the discount price. So you can end up getting a fragrance that costs like $120. You can get that bitch for $60 or $70, bro. So like, but by the way, I'm dealing with the same issue now. Like, my fragrance collection is now like 25 or 30 large. And like, I don't know, I'm just obsessed with it now. So I feel you. I'm in the same boat as you.
Well, Cap, the real one.
Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. If there is another terrorist attack on the U.S., then I don't think anyone could blame them after what we keep doing to other countries. And that's the shit. Like, what you're saying there is just objectively true. And it's just annoying that, like, you're not allowed to say that, or people fucking get mad at you, or they act like you're the extremist. And like, you're just spitting facts. You're just saying if anybody gets treated this horribly for this long, there's going to be backlash to it.
Facts.
And like, it's true. We always do shit like this. Then we act surprised when people hate us. Like, fucking, of course they're going to hate us. Look at what we're doing. It's insane. You know?
Yep.
Robe Life Music. Thanks for the $5. Aja is my favorite Steely Dan album. I'm sorry. I know I'm probably mispronouncing that. It's soulful, and their song Black Cow was sampled by Lord Tark and Peter Guns in their
Lord Tariq.
Lord Tariq. Oh,
you know that song.
Yeah, I've heard that before, for sure.
Yeah.
Their song Deja Vu, Uptown Baby. Man, we got Steely Dan. I hope Steely Dan is a Kyle and Corin fan, because, bro, we got your number one fan listening to us. So shout out to
Dan
Robe
is
Life.
Definitely OD conservative, performing at the Kennedy Honors shit with Trump and all those other motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Are they all still alive? Robe Life, that's my next question for you. Are all of Steely Dan people still alive? Because I know they're older. I know they're older now, you know?
Yeah, they would be super old. Yeah, but that Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, I actually have a funny story. I think I was a friend of mine, Brian, he knew Peter Guns' daughter. We went out together in Connecticut one night. She was cool people. But that Uptown Baby is a banger.
AC, thank you for the $5. MAGA has been hijacked by neocons, and all of the supporters are going along with it because it's a movement built on hollow memes and culture war BS. That's exactly right. The core of it is like, fuck the liberals and fuck the leftists and fuck the trans people and fuck the immigrants. That's really what's at the core of it. So all the stuff about how they serve billionaires and they're warmongers, like, they don't care. These people don't care, you know? So, like, you're 100% right. When it comes to Republicans in this country, I used to believe in the ability to, like, change minds over time and persuasion and get people out of it. And now I just feel like I have a very nihilistic view of the right now, where, like, most of them are just always going to be fucking useless. Like, I still feel like there's some percentage I can maybe get through to, but, like, the majority of them are just demonic, bro. Like, they actively want bad things for people.
Yeah.
And, like, to deny that at this point, I feel like is just to deny reality. And I feel like people need to wake up to that fact now, you know? But shout out to you, AC. Appreciate
It's got me fucked up is that majority Taylor Green girl who, like,
Marjorie. You can't say Marjorie. You never.
But, like, she was so bad. She was so bad, and she did shit that, like, even I'm not political, but I've seen her do shit, and I'm just like, that lady is horrible. And now she's, like, saying good shit, and it's just like, can you side with her now, even putting past all the shit that she's done in the past?
Well, she's an interesting case because, like, on some issues, sometimes she'll be okay. But she also brags about, like, I voted with Trump 98% of the time. And it's like,
yeah, fuck her.
You can't tell me how much better you are when you're saying, but also I still suck. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's sort of like a mixed bag. I'll give credit where it's due, but I feel like people overcredit her sometimes, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
Office of the President Earth, thanks again for the $10. Don't let them compare this to the Noriega shit. Noriega of Panama was a CIA asset. Fuck them who make this comparison. Yeah, I mean, I think the point that people are making, though, is just like it's similar that they got arrested by the U.S. for drugs. I think that's the end of the comparison. But yeah, to your point, Noriega was working with the CIA. Maduro wasn't. That's kind of a big difference, but I think that's the point that people were making.
Facts.
But shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks.
Snow, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how much do institutional failure shape Trump's foreign policy rhetoric? Does it embolden real action or merely distort strategic signaling? Let me try that one more time. How much do institutional failures shape Trump's foreign policy rhetoric? Yeah, I mean, I think his rhetoric was all a reaction to institutional failures by the neocons. His rhetoric was that. But then he ultimately ended up doing exactly what the neocons do. You know what I'm saying? Does it embolden reaction? Does it embolden real action or merely distort strategic signaling? I think at the end of the day, he just is them. That's how I'd respond to that. Like, he's them. He's a neocon. He's a warmonger. He's an imperialist. He's a white supremacist. Like, he actually thinks white people are superior and brown countries are inferior. So he feels like these people don't even count as people. Fucking show up there, steal their shit, fucking arrest their leader. Who gives a fuck? So ultimately, it was all just fake. It was all just like virtue signaling to get in office. The fact that he ever said anything that sounded anti-war. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for the $5. Appreciate you. Mark Moorer, thanks for the $10. YouTube is burying secular talk on other political channels because advertisers don't like them. That's our cue to use ad blockers to watch them. Yeah, and what I'll tell you guys also is, like, for Corin's World, click that little bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell icon so every time we go live, you'll get a notification directly to your phone. Yeah, and do the same for secular talk. If you click the little bell icon, every time I drop a video, you'll be notified of it. And the reason I tell you to do that is because YouTube's not hot on political stuff. We're controversial, so they don't really like to spread our stuff out that much. So a way to get around that is to just click that bell icon so you know every time I post something. You don't have to rely on the YouTube algorithm.
You heard it. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, man. Awesomely Curious, thank you for the $5. Shitty thing is Carter had a plan to get off fossil fuels by 2000, but Reagan tanked it. By IP, I meant intellectual property and copyright. Love y'all. Well, we love you too, Awesomely Curious. And thank you. I had forgotten that fact, that Carter had a plan to get us off fossil fuels by 2000. And actually, you know what you reminded me of? When Bill Clinton had a plan to eliminate our national debt by, like, I forget the exact year, like 2015 or something like that, or like 2020. And, like, I mean, I don't even need to say, now it's the opposite. Now we got like 30-something trillion dollars in national debt, but it is kind of crazy.
Fossil fuels?
What's that?
How are we with fossil fuels? Like, nowhere near any progress?
Bro, we just overthrew Maduro to steal his oil. Like,
oh, true. Yeah.
We're like fucking like heroin addicts who are like, one more hit, dog. Let me just get one more injection, man. I'll be good.
Oh man.
Give me 1 second. I'm about to just fill up my water real quick.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't think about that. But yeah, I guess Al Gore is probably pretty mad too about the whole global warming shit. Because we're definitely not even close to anywhere where Carter probably thought we'd be by 2000. Let me see if there's any here. Thanks, Awesomely Curious, though. My throat. I can't clear my throat.
Off to the President Earth again. Thanks for the tip. $5, bro. My next fear is that Trump takes Greenland and the implications of that on the world stage. Yeah, like I'm telling you, man, this is why do you think I've been screaming at Democrats? Like, you have to impeach, you have to do the 25th Amendment. If you don't take serious, drastic action, then he feels emboldened as a result of this. Because now he feels like, all right, I'm trying to distract from the Epstein files. I'm trying to distract from the economy being shitty. Look, I just successfully did a regime change and got rid of Maduro, and it was over like that. So he feels like I could just keep doing this now. I could do it with Colombia. I could do it with Cuba. I could do it with fucking Mexico. I could do it with Greenland. And so he's not going to stop, bro. He's not going to stop unless you make him stop. You need to make him pay a political price for this. And that includes fucking impeachment, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. He probably thinks he's doing well right now. Like, he probably thinks it's positive for him.
It worked. I got rid of Maduro. I did it, you know?
They should just fight each other.
Nathan Ogilvy, shout out, man. Thanks for the $10. Good day, boys. The right-wing slopaganda machine is out of control. I caught up with a good friend who's gone full MAGA in Australia. Oh, my God. I dropped some Kyle talking points, and he just wouldn't listen. Sad. Damn, man. That's so crazy. The fact that, like, it's one thing. I feel like if you're in the U.S., U.S. conservatives are uniquely cooked mentally. Like it's a wrap. They're already gonzo. Yeah. But, like, maybe I naively feel like the conservatives overseas are better. They're more immune to this, but apparently not. Apparently they're fucking just as bad. So thank you for letting me know that, but that's incredibly depressing, bro. I mean, that is like hard to wrap my mind around.
Yeah.
But
hopefully it's not spreading the other way where people are starting to go MAGA on the outskirts. Like, it's almost like how Trump became popular again. Like, he totally failed within New York, but outside of New York, he got really popular when he ran for president. So it's almost like we know in America that he's starting to fail. Now are the other countries and like the outside world starting to pick on it and make him more popular? You see what I'm saying a little bit?
You know what it is? It's that America is such a cultural hub for the world, between like Hollywood being here and the movies and the music that comes out of here, and like we really are like the cultural center of the world in many respects. Mm-hmm. And so I just think other countries emulate that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Are they picking up on Trump now? Like, we already know him as this fraud, as this failure, and the whole country is starting to see it now. Whereas New York saw it in the beginning when he was running. Now is the country late to the game where they're like, oh, MAGA is cool, where it's like in 10 years, they'll be like, everyone will be against MAGA.
See, I don't know if there's as much of a lag. I don't know if there's any lag anymore because of the internet and because of TV and because everything happens in real time. So, like, I would think he's collapsing everywhere at the same time, you know? But I guess, look, to be fair, Nathan, and you could probably attest to this better than I can, but, like, Australian conservatives in particular have probably always been a close second to the insanity of American conservatives, you know? Like, the absolute worst are American conservatives, and right behind them are Australian conservatives, you know? Yeah. And maybe you go UK. Like, there's a list of how bad they are. But, like, yeah, I would think he's fallen off everywhere, you know? So. But you know, I said this to Crystal many times. Trump is like old white guy kryptonite. And I know this because when my dad was alive, he liked Trump. Granted, this was before Trump was political. My dad died in 2011. Yeah. But Trump,
I like The Apprentice.
But the point I'm making is, like, if you're an old white guy, what does Trump represent? The branding of Trump is, I'm the boss man. I'm really rich. I'm really successful. I do what I want. I wear a suit. I boss people around all the time, right? And, like, for old white guys, they look at that as, like, that's the ideal man in many respects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
And so I do feel like there's this weird, unique kryptonite that old white guys have, where they always looked at Trump as, like, that's the epitome of what it means to be a man. Yeah. And meanwhile, to everybody else, he's just like a comical, goofy figure who's like incredibly insecure and a horrible person, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. Thanks, Ogilvy.
Cap, thanks again for the $5. A little cap in the house. If you had 20 minutes to interview the Orange Man and you had a guarantee that he would give you honest answers, would you do it? I mean, yes, I would agree to interview him, but I wouldn't expect honest answers because I don't think he's capable of giving honest answers at this point. But I would come with, I'd have some questions ironed out and follow-up questions, and I would grill him and try to get real answers on shit, Yeah, and he would rage quit. He would rage quit the interview I did with him. 100%.
Yeah. One interview I saw is like he did with his granddaughter while they were driving in a golf cart or something like that.
Kai, yep.
She like asked him like a real question or something like that. And you could see he was like genuine because he was like, oh, I didn't think I was going to have to put on like my political hat or something like that, So it's like he was honest in that moment with her because that's his granddaughter, but like he's never honest in anything else.
Facts. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. In the months after 9/11, what conspiracies did you both entertain? Did the plane crash death of Aliyah and AA587 crash seem significant? If you're asking if I think like the 9/11 stuff and the crash of Aliyah's plane were connected, no. I don't even know.
Aaliyah, like the singer?
Yeah, she died in a plane crash. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's trying to connect 9/11 to that?
I don't know. I feel like the way that that's worded, maybe it does seem like he's trying to connect the two. Yeah. And I don't even know which crash American Airlines 587 was, to be honest.
I don't remember that either.
But to answer your question, I didn't have any conspiracies in the months after 9/11. It took years before they really got those conspiracies together and really started pushing them a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's when Loose Change came out, and like the second Loose Change came out, that's when I was into those theories and like looking into them and shit. And that was probably years later. I want to say it was like 2007-ish or so. So yeah, that's what I would say. But in the immediate aftermath, nobody really. That's when everybody's sort of like, I guess it is what it is. Like we'll figure out eventually. Yeah. But like when the 9/11 Commission report came out and it was very obviously like not accurate, that opened up the door for conspiracies to sort of flood the zone, So it took years before we started thinking about that. But shout out to you, Golden Child.
Thanks, Golden Child.
QC man, thanks again for the $5. Aside from the mortality issues, I think having a 92-year-old liberal judge presiding over the case is good for Maduro. No way that judge is intimidated. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I said, it'll be interesting if it's a show trial or a real trial. It'll be interesting if they actually allow it to go to trial and don't try to do a military tribunal,
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah. Me thinking, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, I feel like the bigger fight is against the Democratic establishment and replacing them with progressives because it would provide real opposition to MAGA and pass the policies needed. Well, I think we can never say the real fight isn't against Republicans because they're satanic. Like these people are like I am in awe of how evil they are.
Yeah.
So like, no, the real fight is always going to be against Republicans. But yes, to your point, within the Democratic Party, there's always going to be this push and pull between the more centrist types and the left wing. And we need to try to make the left wing win. And I will do literally anything and everything in my power so that the actual Democrats, the real Democrats win and not the fake Democrats. But every now and then, if a centrist happens to get through, it is what it is. And we just got to support them because they're better than the Republicans. But yes, in order to your point, in order to permanently defeat the rise of fascism and the rise of MAGA, you do need a real left-wing movement. These centrists are never going to permanently defeat MAGA because they fucking feed into MAGA. They help MAGA. They reinforce MAGA's arguments. So yes, to your point, until we have a real strong left-wing Democratic Party, they will not be defeated in totality. You're right about that. Okay. Guitar Pro, thanks for the $5. You should have Stavros on KKF. Dude is so funny and has great politics too. He has been on Hassan's stream many times. Yeah, that's a great idea. I might actually reach out to Hassan about that. I fucking love Stavros. The only thing, I'm not totally convinced he'd do it. And the reason I say that is I've seen the stuff he said on some of these comedy podcasts, and he's doing like movies and shit now too, by the way. But I've seen some of the shit he said on comedy podcasts, and he tries to make it seem like, look, I'm not actually trying to be that political. I don't want to be that political. I'm just a comedian. And so, if somebody gets invited on my show, you're talking politics. Like, that's the point of coming on my show. So I don't know if he'll actually want to do it, but I would love to have Stavros on because he's one of the best comedians out there.
What does he talk about on Hassan's streams? Like comedy shit?
They do talk about politics and they do shoot the shit. But I think he's been friends with Hassan for a long time, which is why he does Hassan's show. I'm not sure he would want to do me and Crystal's show. We can find out. Metalhead Matt, thanks again, man. Was the George Washington-led Christmas assault, the Battle of Trenton, that was key to boosting morale enlistment for the Revolutionary War ethical? I mean, I get your point. Like, if what you're fighting for is just, then like any tactics could be moral because the fight is just. And if you attack on a holiday or whatever, like, yeah, I if you're morally correct, then yes, I can see attack on a holiday is fine. I guess the thing about MAGA, like Trump bombing Nigeria on Christmas Day, or was it Christmas Day or was it New Year's Day? I forget which day it was. I think it was New Year's Day. Or no, I think it was Christmas, actually. Trump bombing like Nigeria on Christmas Day and doing the fucking Maduro thing just after New Year's. Like,
yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Like,
it's fucked up. And it's also fucked up because his cause is unjust. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the cause was just, then do whatever you want. But if the cause is unjust, fuck you. You know?
At least wait to let people open their presents and then fucking blow up their shit.
Of course. Yeah, exactly. Office of the President Earth, thanks again, man. The U.S. supported Franco in Spain for decades, and he threw Jews, Protestants, leftists, intellectuals, and homosexuals in concentration camps. Yes, we have a long fucking track record of supporting fascist governments. This isn't like, look at fucking Pinochet. Like, this is all documented history. You know, it's why it's insane for people to pearl clutch like, oh, this guy's bad to his people. We fucking back people all the time who are bad to their people. Shut the fuck up, you know?
Thanks, President.
Nonstop Noah, thanks for the $5. The Vanguard boys got some wrong info, ran with it, and slandered Dr. Ritchie and didn't review his 2 responses. Can you look into all this yourselves? Probably not, Noah. Probably not. I'm probably not going to look into that. I feel like there's bigger fish to fry at the moment, so I'm going to keep focusing on the illegal war with Venezuela and the regime changes. I'm going to keep focusing on Trump's endless crimes. But yeah, sorry, bro, but appreciate your $5. James T. Zappa, thanks for the $5. Kyle, if YouTube didn't make the bread, would you have been a political science professor or a journalist? It's a great question, but the answer, definitely no to journalist, maybe to political science professor. But number one on the list was like being an Air America radio host, which is a left-wing radio host, which is kind of what I'm doing the new version of that. So basically plan A kind of worked. But if that failed, if like I couldn't make it work and I couldn't make enough money to make a living off this, what I actually would have done is become a golf pro. I would have become a golf pro. I would have been a teaching pro. So I would have been like giving lessons all day to people how to play golf. So
can you still record something like for that Air America thing and like kind of just like, could that be something you still do?
They've been bankrupt since like 2007 or some shit. Yeah, they haven't existed in like well over a decade.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. Also, the President Earth, thanks again, man. That's appreciate it. You're being very kind. What do you think of the final nail in the coffin? What do you think the final nail in the coffin for Trump is going to be? I think the final nail in the coffin for Trump is going to be a literal nail in his coffin.
Like he's in a.
I think the only thing that could save us is Father Time. You know, because like I don't know, he's gotten away with so much shit. I don't know if you saw the Jack Smith video I covered the other day, guys, but Jack Smith did a testimony with the House Judiciary Committee, and he basically blew the lid off all of Trump's crimes and was basically like 100%. If my case went to trial, he was going to prison. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I was able to do my job, he was going to prison. It's that simple. Like he was like, we had him dead to rights. Like we were going to win. There's no doubt about it. So like, I look at that and I go, the motherfucker's got 9 lives. He's gotten away with fucking everything. And I think now the thing he can escape is Father Time. I think he's really sick. Did you see that thing? There's like Peruvian shamans who said this year, Maduro's going to get overthrown. And then literally like a day or two later, he got overthrown. Right. And they also said Trump's going to have a super serious illness.
Oh, shit.
So shout out to those Peruvian shamans, man.
That'd be nice.
Awesomely curious. Thanks again for the $5. A circular economy via repair, reuse, reducing the metals, minerals, etc. would solve 95% of this. The empire must end with us. I agree with you completely. And yeah, I agree with your first point too. This idea of like endless growth is just not sustainable. Like you just can't build an economy on endless growth because we're gonna eat everything alive. You know what I'm saying? Never mind these data centers that are being built now that use a tremendous amount of water that increase everybody's electricity bills. The power to keep AI going is like gargantuan, and it's going to take everybody's jobs. So like we need to build a sustainable model for Earth. We can't just like keep going with this endless growth model. It's never going to work.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Awesomely Curious.
Trump's not going to do that shit.
No way. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. How much you want to bet Rogan will talk more about Walz not running for governor again and the fake Somalia story than Trump kidnapping another president? Wes, you are 1,000,000,000% correct. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's friends with them now. He's in that in group. So now, like, he might do some, bro, that's crazy, but he's not going to do like this is insane and this is criminal and Trump should be locked up for this. He's not going to say that. He's not going to say it.
Walz is actually tired. Like, it's just, I don't know. To me, when someone doesn't run again and they're still kind of like in shape to run again, like it's a red flag that like there's some weariness going on behind the scenes, but maybe not.
If you're saying you think he's going to run for president, I don't think he is. Because I don't know this. It'd be interesting if he did, though. It'd be kind of interesting if he did. But
he's got like the name recognition a little bit now.
But he seems like this lie fest, this Nick Shirley asshole who just lied about the Somali stuff.
Yeah, fuck.
It seems like him. It seems like he knows it's bullshit, but it looks like it's wearing on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did see a picture of him, and I was like, damn, he kind of looks older than like what he did in the past. So maybe it is taking a toll on him. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, facts. T-Lane, thanks again for the $5. Why is it that there are more pictures of Donald with Epstein than many people have of themselves with their dad? This, of course, includes Don Jr. It's so true, man. That is so true. I'm telling you, he was part.
They got a lot of pictures together.
Bro, the question is he one of the 10 co-conspirators? That's the question. He might be one of the 10 co-conspirators.
What's that? He might be start Epstein's Island?
So we learned that there were 10 co-conspirators that worked with Epstein as part of this like human trafficking ring. And they were all redacted by the FBI.
Oh, fuck, man.
And so the question is he one of them? Was he in on the business? And I think there's a 50-50 chance he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to believe that too.
Downfall Parodies, thanks for the $5. TSA search by my checked bag had an anti-Trump book and a book about Luigi Mangione in there. Thanks to NSPM7, feds probably got their eyes on me now. Bro. Yeah, man. NSPM7 is no joke. I don't know. Did you see this video, Corin? It went viral on social media. I got to cover. I have a full show for tomorrow, but the day after, I'm probably going to cover it. Mm-hmm. But it's this girl who was at a protest, hands off Venezuela protest, where it's like, don't fucking leave them alone. Let them do their own thing. Stop it. And she gives this commentary about how Trump's a warmonger and all this stuff, right? Soon as she's done talking to local media, cops come up behind her and arrest her. And they go, we're arresting you because you were like blocking the road with your protest or whatever. And they showed the video. They weren't blocking the road at all. So like, it literally is like an actual war on free speech where you can't criticize the president. MAGA has killed free speech in this country.
Jeez.
And that video is going viral, and it's good it's going viral because it's really going to snap some people out of it and wake them up to be like, holy shit, look what's happening in this country. Not only is he doing illegal wars and kidnapping fucking presidents, but you also can't even criticize it or you'll get fucking locked up. It's insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, if you have this stuff in your bag, if they are watching you. So be careful.
Jesse Gar, appreciate the $5. I have family that live in Mexico and Colombia. I'm very worried about them after what happened in Venezuela. These guys need to be locked up forever. I could not agree with you more, man. I could not agree with you more. And yeah, I'd be concerned too, bro. I'd be concerned too. Living in Mexico, living in Colombia, and Gustavo Petro, who's the GOAT, the president of Colombia, he's basically like, suck my nuts, bro. Suck my nuts from the back. Like, you want me to shut the fuck up? How about you shut the fuck up? Come get me, bitch. This is what this guy said to Trump. He's like, oh, yeah? You want to come get me? I'm right here, motherfucker. That's basically what he said to him.
You better be careful because that's
what I said. I said, Trump's going to try to get him now. But, like, that's the other thing. Like, Trump keeps doing this shit. It's hard to predict what's going to happen because certainly internally myself, I feel like everything's, like, coming to a boiling point, Yeah. But, like, everybody is such bitches in the media and the Democratic Party. I'm like, are you guys ever going to wake up to, like, what's actually happening here? Destiny tweeted something like, if Trump just started like arresting Congress people, I think he'd kind of get away with it. And I look at him, I'm like, I think you're kind of right. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him?
Yeah. Yeah. It's scary. I think you would like to think if he does stuff here in the US that like there'd be enough rallies and just protests that like they don't do that shit. But when it comes to other countries, it's like they could be protesting over there, but that doesn't affect us here.
Well, that's why we need to protest on behalf of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Jorgen, thanks for the $5. Your Honor, Delta Force did not Miranda my client, requesting motion to dismiss. You know what the funny thing is? I think they actually did. Yet Marco Rubio actually referenced that they read him his rights.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so they at least try to
that's a good point.
Cover that base because they knew they were going to charge him, so they tried to cover that base. But again, I don't think they have anything on him.
Yeah.
I don't think they have anything on him. It's if it's a real trial, he's getting off, Codelio, I like that name. Thanks for the $10. Hey, y'all from South Carolina, long time, first time. Do you collect anything, Kyle, other than fragrances? Also, any recommendations for shit to spam Lindsey Graham's office with? That's a good question.
I feel like
what would I spam Lindsey Graham's office with? I mean, I would just call him a warmonger and say he's a war criminal and say he should be locked up and say he's a closet case because he is and everybody knows it. You could probably scare him by being like, we have pictures and videos. We know who you are and what you've done.
He definitely has some shit out there.
OD.
Some lingerie, some shit.
Yeah.
That dude is too weird to not have that shit.
100%. So that's the answer to that question. Things I collect other than fragrances, not really. I will say I do have a decent number of sunglasses, but most of them are just cheap gas station sunglasses.
You had some hats back in the day, the colorful
I do have a bunch of hats, but I'm not really a hat guy. I never wear them that much.
Yep.
Mostly the only time I wear hats these days is if it's really cold and I want to wear one of those warmer hats, the winter hat or whatever. But I would say I have, let me think, maybe like 15 pairs of sunglasses, and 2 of them are like Ray-Bans and nice, and then the rest of them are like gas station type sunglasses. So I guess you could say I kind of collect those. I have 3 watches. 2 of them nice watches because my wife got them for me. One of them is a Movado, very nice watch.
Yeah.
The other one is I forget the name of it. I forget the other one's name, but it's also a very nice watch that my wife got for me. And then the third one is a Walmart watch, which I wear. So I have 3 watches.
Looks the best out of all 3. The Walmart watches are gangster.
Yeah, my Walmart watch is very nice. It's like black band, like a leathery black band, and then a big blue face. Yep. And it's got like one tiny little diamond in there, and so they put on the face like, this has a diamond, like they're advertising that it has a diamond even though it's the smallest diamond ever, and the watch costs like $20 or some shit like that.
I love the Walmart watches.
Yeah, I do too. So but I would say
Express too. You had a lot of Express shirts back in the day, or ties. Did you have shirts or ties?
I mean, I don't consider it that I'm not a collector of like button-down shirts and jackets and ties, but I have a lot of them because I need them for my job. You know what I'm saying? Like I always wear them on air, but I'm not really a collector of them. So really the only thing I actually collect, and I have Pokemon cards from back in the day, but the only thing I actually collect is fragrances. But yeah, there you go. Appreciate you, bro. South Carolina Truth, thanks for the $10, or SC Truth. When you say you don't know why people think the Dems would do the same shit Trump is doing, the response today is an example of why. The Democratic Party only exists to limit opposition to the GOP and billionaires. That's not true. That's not true because their reaction to Trump shows that most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are bitches. That's what it says. But that cuts both ways. If you're a bitch and you won't stand up to him over what he did here, you're also too much of a bitch to do it yourself. I'm sorry. There is no way Kamala Harris would have ordered the fucking midnight kidnapping of Maduro, dragging him to New York, regime change. There's literally not a chance. She also guaranteed would not have ordered the continued blowing up of fishing boats in the Caribbean. She would have even ordered an attack on one of them. There's no way. So look, I appreciate you and thank you for the $10, but you got to stop with the both side shit. It's not true. It's just not true. They're not the same. They're not even close to the same. I agree. If you make the point that, hey, the Democrats aren't good enough, I agree. If you make the point they don't fight hard enough, I totally agree. If you make the point, hey, they need to actually give a shit about fighting back against the billionaires and doing Medicare for all and free college and living wage, I totally agree with all that. But the part where you lose me, where you have to understand you're just factually wrong, is that they're the same.
Yeah.
Is that they're just not the same. It's not even close to the same. There's literally a 0% chance Kamala Harris would have sent the National Guard or the military to invade Washington, D.C. and invade Chicago. There's no way she would have profited $5 billion off of the White House and set up a fucking crypto scam coin. Literally 0% chance. So I'm begging you, for your own sake, not just mine, stop making points like this. Like, it actually makes you look ridiculous. This makes regular people roll their eyes, and I'm not kidding. No. Any normal person's eyes will roll into the back of their heads if they read this both sides bullshit.
Normal person here.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, and I get it. I'm a political junkie. There was a time when I did do a lot of that, hey, they're roughly the same type shit. I'm sorry. It's no longer 2016. They're not even close to the same. It's very, very different. Yes, Democrats need to be better. Yes, they need to actually be anti-war. They need to actually fight the billionaire class. I agree with all of that. But they are not the fucking same. Trump is Satan. He's fucking Satan. I hope you know that. He's Satan. Like, wake up to that fact. But anyway, thanks for the $10. Cole Kicker, thanks for the $5. It's been hard to stay optimistic in these scary times. What's one thing that's keeping you two going? I don't know, man. It's more of like a sense of duty. It's more like a sense of, like, this is just what I do. Like, this is what I do. Like, I'm just doing my job. And honestly, it's not hard to keep going. If anything, it gets me invigorated that, like, I have to fucking explain this and say this is bad and this is wrong. And like it's almost therapy for me to go on air and start screaming about what's happening. Cause I turn on, mainstream media and I'm like, how are you guys not fucking, how is your hair not on fire? This is so crazy. Yeah. Like, it's so crazy, the shit that we're witnessing. I look at the Democratic politicians and I go, how are you guys not more worked up over this? To be fair, AOC had a great comment on it. Rokon had a great comment on it. Bernie had a great comment on it. Graham Platter did. But there were plenty of Democrats who like had shitty kind of comments on it. And it's like, or said nothing. And it's like, I don't like that. That fires me up that there's this huge gap in the media and in politics where like nobody's just calling a spade and just saying like, this is fucking psychotic, So that's what keeps me going is like, it's just, what else would I do? What else would I do? What am I going to do? Fucking go play golf every day? Like, I'm not going to do that in this moment,
No, you're fighting the good fight.
Preg Z, thanks for the $5. What's the point of the UN and NATO? They don't do much or anything when it counts. So would they disband for World War III, former allies versus U.S. Israel because of Trump? Yes. Yeah. They're totally useless, by the way. I mean, they're useless. They're useless. I don't know what the point of it is anymore. I really don't. And when Trump invades Greenland, like, what are they going to do then? What are they going to do then? Like,
they ain't got no juice.
It's a mess. Tarun, thanks for the $100. Being from Europe, I don't know how Kyle has become my main YouTuber these days, but he has great energy. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Appreciate that,
Tarun. He's like kind of pissed that happened, but it's a good thing.
I haven't looked at my YouTube demographics in a hot minute, but there's always been a decent contingent of people in Australia, people in the UK who watch the show, people in South Korea, people all over the place. So awesome. Yeah, shout out to you, man. And I mean, U.S. politics is super important for the entire world, so I get why people would watch. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
T-Lane, thanks again for the $10. Have you and Crystal considered changing your show's name to Crystal Kyle Kulinski Show? KKK Show. I'm fairly positive that the KKK Show would reach a broader audience. Also, ask me anything for Substack subscribers. That's a good question. I could run that one by Crystal. That might be a good thing for next time there's like a holiday or something. We could bank something like that.
Change the name of it?
No, the Ask Me Anything I'm referring to.
Oh, yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, and Ask Me Anything for Substack subscribers. That's actually a great idea. Yeah. That's a great idea. So let me run that by Crystal and see if that's workable. I got to talk to Peter about it too.
Good idea.
But shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Some real news. Thanks for the $5. Can you address daycare fraud in Minnesota? Nick Shirley raises some valid questions. No, he doesn't. Why else would Walls drop out? Because he's tired of being fucking smeared and his family being threatened after this psychopath lied. 1989 Panama was successful. U.S. regime change, by the way. No, it's not. Again, I can't with these people. Bro.
Some real news is always coming in hot.
Listen to me. It is a matter of principle. You do not invade sovereign independent countries and overthrow them and do what you want. In the same way, we wouldn't want China doing that to us or Russia doing that to us or Iran doing that to us. We can't do it to other people, okay? So as like the way people are so casual about our war crimes, it's like, it disgusts me. Like, no, these are human beings. They have human rights, okay? And there's this thing called international law. We need to follow that. All these right-wingers who scream like they're in favor of law and order, they immediately throw law and order out the window when it comes to war. We do whatever the fuck we want to whoever we want. That's not how it works. That's not how it should work, okay? So that's the first point. That's point number one. Point number two, no, Nick Shirley is a fucking degenerate scumbag lying prick cunt. That's what he is. That whole shit was fake. That everything he fucking put in his shitty non-documentary was a lie. And the second you had real news organizations look into it, his claims immediately fell apart. He showed up and acted like this place is fraudulent. They don't even have kids that show up to the daycare. They're just stealing tax money. Meanwhile, CNN goes to the same place and they go, hey, asshole, why'd you show up when it wasn't hours of operation?
Yeah, when they're closed.
If you showed up at the right time, you would have seen fucking an hour after you showed up, kids were dropped off. You didn't see that? The fact of the matter is he doesn't care about the truth. He's a lying scumbag charlatan, and he was trying to smear Somalis because he's trying to fucking do the classic Republican thing of blame black people for all your problems, blame immigrants for all of your problems, to deflect from the fucking Epstein files, to deflect from his fucking pedophile president who's destroying this country. And so any fact checker who looked into that broke it down in 1,000 different ways. This thing's false. This thing's false. This thing's exaggerated. This thing's not true. Is there some fraud with a tiny percentage of the Somali community in Minnesota? Yes. By the way, the person who did the main fraud thing in Minnesota, white woman. Okay, that's the other thing. And I just don't want to hear from these people because I keep pointing this out. Trump keeps pardoning actual fraudsters. literally people who commit the most obvious white-collar crimes, the most disgusting white-collar crimes, actual fraudsters. Not only is he pardoning them, he's making it so they don't have to pay restitution. So these people rob other people, and then they're ordered to pay back the money. And Trump pardons them and says, you don't have to pay it back anymore. Okay? Trump also is sending $1 trillion to the Pentagon. Meanwhile, they can't account for 63% of their fucking money. It literally is just like a slush fund for billionaires and corporations of the military-industrial complex. They failed 8 audits in a row. You want to talk about fucking fraud? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Elon Musk getting $38 billion tax dollars. Let's talk about that to launch 7 rockets that blow up immediately. That's my money and your money. You want to talk about fraud? Let's talk about that. But no, fucking Somalis got smeared, and this is the sad reality of it. And this is why Tim Walz resigned. His family was getting threats. He feels like, hey, this is sucking all the air up out of the room, so let me just not run anymore. But I agree he should have stayed in, because people like you are going to look at that and go, oh, he must have been guilty. He stepped down. So just to avoid that perception, then he should have stayed in. But he's totally innocent, and all these smears of the Somali community. It really is just like gutter level fucking racism. Gutter level race. And this guy was fucking in Israel saying there's no genocide, like just before that. Okay? Like, this is the type of journalistic integrity we're talking about here. He's a Weasley little cunt prick who doesn't know his ass from his elbow when it comes to journalism. All right, Josh J. Cool, thanks for the $10. Catskills versus Berkshires versus Poconos. PC versus N64 versus PS1. So I would go N64.
Yeah, you like N64.
Yeah, I'll go N64. I feel like that's one of the goated systems.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the wait.
You probably went to the Catskills as a kid. I went to the Catskills as a kid. Did we go to the Berkshires for the fucking casino we used to go to? No, Catskills is the casino in.
Okay.
Yeah, they built one in by Monticello. That's
right. So I'm going Catskills then, because I went there as a kid, and because me and Corin went to the casinos there.
Yep, that's my ranking also. Catskills. There used to be a place called the Raleigh Hotel. My grandma used to go to back in the day, and we went there as a kid, and they had like ice skating, they had like shows at night, and it was super dope. I don't think I've ever been to the Berkshires. Poconos, I might have been to one time. It's probably cool. I like PS1 too, though. Like, they had some shit, the gray, with the CDs. I feel like I played like NBA Live 2000 on there. I think J Kidd or Tim Duncan was on the cover.
Oh, that's so dope.
Play that shit. They're all back. But N64 is insanely goated. It
is, man. If I can only have one fucking system, one console, I might go with N64 from now until the end of time.
You can't lose.
Yeah. Wes Nelson, thanks again for the $5, man. Me and my wife have been binge watching The Pit on HBO Max. Highly recommend watching it, fellas. The Pit, is that a new one? Have you heard of that?
I don't know. I wrote it down. I never even heard of that, but I'm curious what it's about.
Interesting.
I'll check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it either until right now.
I'll check it, Wes.
John Brown, thanks for the $5. I can't believe it, but Trump is actually making me like China more, because at least they use diplomacy and seem to have a serious vision for the future. I could not agree more, man. I could not agree more. There was a time where I had a very negative opinion of China and the government there, but now as I look around, it's like they're just way more adultish than we are. It's like embarrassing how we act. You know what I'm saying?
Was it accurate that China was like in Venezuela like 10 hours before the dude got kidnapped?
Oh yeah, there was like some government official who was there for sort of meeting. But they were out before the attack happened. But yeah, it goes to show you how fucking reckless this shit is. Far Twain, thanks for the $5. When Michael Brooks died, we mourned and still mourn. When Charlie died, they fundraised. That's exactly right. Exactly right. That's so true. Awesome. And Michael Brooks is just another quality of human compared to fucking Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Dante Jarrow, thanks for the $10. Foreign meddling drives siege, socialism, and Middle East extremism. Like Vietnam, states may shift toward economic and democratic openings once pressure fades and development replaces security paranoia. Well, thank you, Dante Jarrow. We appreciate the $10, man. Appreciate your comment.
Thanks, though.
T-Lane, thanks again for the $5. Immediately after swearing in the first Muslim mayor, the U.S. committed jihad on Venezuela. Surely this isn't a coincidence. Yeah, I guess you could call that a jihad of sorts. By the way, I heard Zoran's already doing some dope-ass shit. I heard he ordered a deep cleaning of the subway system, the first in its history.
Oh, that's cool. I saw he did something with landlords where there's like this new policy.
Cracking down.
You bring the landlords to court for this new thing that he put into place.
I fucking love it. I love it. He's already doing good.
Awesome. Yep.
Office of the President of Earth, thanks again, man. Would it be funny if Maduro and Luigi are found not guilty in the same year? I see a great collab album between them. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. I could totally see that in theory. I could totally see that happening.
There's something going down, yeah.
Slarson, thanks for the $10. The problem is y'all didn't grow up far right evangelical fundamentalist extremist cult. I was. This is part of their Babylon must fall for the rapture to happen that I grew up with. Ask me. Yeah, I mean, I've heard your point before. You know, I heard Jennifer Welch of I've Had a Podcast. She's pointed this out that, like, you know, how can I convince you to make things better when part of your grand philosophy is that things have to go to shit for Jesus to come back? You know, like, we need the world to fall apart for Jesus to come back. So let's root the world to fucking fall apart. That really is what it is, you know?
We might see it.
That Grinch, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how close were you with your dad growing up? Did he pass before seeing all your success? I know he'd be proud. Thanks for your great content. Well, thank you, the Grinch. I really appreciate that. So I was close with my dad. He died in 2011, so he didn't see any of my show's success because I started doing my show full-time in 2012. So he just missed before I started. And I always said, like, I think he'd actually be very torn because he loved me as his son, and he was, like, very proud of me no matter what the fuck I did. But at the same time, he also liked Trump. Now, granted, he died before Trump got political, but I could totally have seen him get taken in by the whole MAGA thing. In fact, I predict he kind of would have gotten taken in by all the MAGA stuff. He's the perfect, like, age demographic, like, old white guy. And seeing Trump, I'm telling you, he would have been all for Trump. And so he would have seen me shitting on Trump and doing well, and Trump fucking running the country. It would have been an interesting place for him to be. But in terms of overall, was he a good dad? Yes. So I would say not the best husband to my mom. That's for sure, I would say. But, you know, as a dad, he was pretty good. He took me to, like, Rangers games when I was a kid and fucking Knicks games and stuff and Nets games. And he took me fishing and took me hunting a few times. And obviously golfing was the big one that we did all the time. And him and my mom split up when I was like 12 years old, maybe 11 or 12 years old. And then he left the house. And from then on, I'd say he was like a friend to me. He was like a good friend to me. He was more of like a friend than a dad from that point on. But yeah, he was cool. He was cool. Jack Thomas, thanks for the $5. Kyle, why'd you post a meme saying Maduro was democratically elected? You can say what Trump did is bad without acting like Maduro is an angel. Well, I didn't say Maduro was an angel. You said Maduro was an angel, and he is the elected president of Venezuela. You might not like that. The U.S. might not like that. People might not like that. It's a fact. He was governing the country. Okay? People can question the validity of that election, but that's not... I have seen nothing conclusive on that front. And anytime an actual leftist wins, they do this. They always do. Anytime an actual leftist wins, they always go, oh, that's not right, and the numbers didn't add up, and this thing is stolen. Meanwhile, it's always right-wing coups that happen all throughout Latin America. So, yeah, I posted that meme because I think that meme is accurate. You have Trump, like, snuggling up to Netanyahu and snuggling up to MBS and, like, hugging him and taking pictures with him and shit, and they're fucking arresting Maduro. So spare me this shit about, like, you know, oh, he's a bad guy, therefore, like, all this stuff is acceptable. Like, no, it's not acceptable, and I'm not even going to feed into the fucking moral panic of him being a bad guy. Netanyahu's way worse, MBS is way worse, Trump is way worse, they're way worse. And so, yes, I posted that meme, and I'm fucking happy I posted that meme. I saw the bullshit community note under it. It's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. Path of Then, thanks for the $20. Whoever runs in 2028 should run with their own 50 U.S. senators. Obviously, they won't all be up for election. That's not the point. Message, you vote against my agenda once, and I have name recognition replacement on deck. That's interesting. I've never heard of an idea like that before. But that certainly would be curious if they did that. Shout out to you. Thanks for the $20, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Galvanate, thanks for the $5. I just saw we are likely stealing Venezuela's crypto too. I wonder if this is also for the AI oligarchs. It definitely is, because a lot of the shit that's in Venezuela. So you got the oil, of course, and that can be used for the data centers. You have the rare earth minerals. You have the precious metals. Like, all the shit that's there is going to be used by the AI oligarchs, 100%. Like, they're going to use it for the data centers. There's a tremendous amount of wealth under there. They need that shit. That's how they look at it. So they're stealing it. John Brown, thanks again for the $10. I feel confident saying that a lot of this is the direct consequence of the U.S. not punishing the Bush administration for their crimes, which also goes back to not punishing Nixon. America needs to grow. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think if George W. Bush and Dick Cheney were sitting in prison, well, Dick Cheney's dead, but you get the point. Then like, yeah, then it would be a lot harder to do illegal wars of aggression because people go, I don't know, last guy got locked up for it. So, yeah, I think you're right. And now we got an even worse psychopath who's running wild.
Facts.
Cadelio, thanks again for the $5. Corin, any 2026 video goals? Maybe more karaoke? Cat.
I'm gonna do more food videos, so I'm gonna have some food vlogs coming out. I'm gonna check out some spots in 2026. That's probably gonna be the gist of it. And that'll be like the mainstay of the page.
Love that. Freakadelic, thanks for the $5. Kyle, you said in a video regarding Fuentes that you are white and Christian, whereas he's neither. The Christian part was curious. You're no longer atheist? No, what I meant was I'm definitely more white than him. I was raised Catholic. So that's what I meant by that. But he's Catholic too, and he's a practicing Catholic, so it is what it is. But the point stands, he's the one with Mexican blood in him, and I'm not. So I would make the cut faster than he would in this white nationalist utopia he wants to create. I get more points by his own standards than he does. Inconspicuous typos. Thanks for the $10. All right. So what is the over-under on the USA escalating with Greenland? Did you see Stephen Miller on CNN today? He said something akin to, who was going to fight us for it? Only 30K people live there. Yeah. I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that they're going to like take Greenland.
Yeah, that one's going to be a lot easier than Venezuela. They could probably just like walk in there.
And I think they're going to make a show of it too, that they're like, this is ours now, you know? So, I mean, this is the cat's out of the bag now, bro. Like, we're the Fourth Reich. He's creating the Fourth Reich. That's what's happening. Wes Nelson, thanks again, man. Kyle, if money was no issue, would you rather attend Game 7 of the Knicks in the NBA Finals or attend the Masters on Sunday? That is a great question. Honestly, I'm going to surprise everybody here. I'm going to go Game 7 of the Knicks.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Game 7 of the Knicks. And the reason for that is,
I feel like there's always a Masters Sunday. You know, you don't always know when there's going to be a Game 7 of the Knicks.
That's exactly right. There's always a Masters Sunday. You don't know when there's maybe never again going to be a Game 7 of the Knicks for the NBA Finals. The other thing is, I'm a big, like, whenever I go to golf events, I love going Thursday or Friday because the full field is there, so it's before the cut.
Facts.
So more players to look at. And come Saturday and Sunday, I want to be on my couch, dog. I want to be on my couch watching it on TV, you know?
Yeah, good point.
John Brown, thanks again, man. Yo, Kyle, have you seen the trailer for the Melania documentary? It's actually hilarious, but also kind of embarrassing to know that's our first lady. So I haven't seen that, but I'm definitely going to watch that documentary for the exact reason that you're laying out. Like, I find it beyond embarrassing that, like, they actually did, like, a fucking suck-up documentary to Melania. Like, that's insane. Yeah. And the guy who made it, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the director who made it was in the Epstein files.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound
all the
about
videos
right.
of Melania are just so like legendary, like when they're like putting up Christmas trees and she's just randomly walking through the White House and it's all just like these trees. It's just, they're all horrible. All the videos of her, everything she does is bad.
Super Schmuck, thanks for the $10. I like your name, by the way. You think this Venezuelan situation could be the U.S. seizing the resources to counter China, potentially limiting access to its minerals? They got him literally after he met with Chinese diplomats. I mean, look, that has something to do with it, but like, you wouldn't have to worry about China limiting access to U.S. minerals if you weren't also a massive asshole to China. We started all of this shit. They were not the problem. We have always been the problem. This motherfucker came in and is like, I'm going to tariff anybody and do a trade war. That's how it's going to go. And it's like, so everybody goes, okay, well, I guess we got to crack down on you because you're cracking down on us. And then he goes, wait, no, not like that. And it's like, come on, man. Like, we started all the problems. So if that were true, it would be because we started it. You know what I'm saying? But yes, they're making a play for like long-term dominance and control of resources because they I think they recognize we're no longer the world's sole superpower. And so now we want to set up regional dominance. We want to do our sphere of influence thing. We want to be realist politically and like control our whole hemisphere. And so that's what I think they're acting on. And that's why I think all these other places should fucking get ready for what's coming because they're going to go after Cuba. They're going to go after Colombia. They're going to go after fucking Mexico. They're going to go after Greenland because this is the mindset that they're implementing now. And Trump's doing it for the billionaires too. They want this shit too. Drax DBZ, thank you for the $10. That's Dragon Ball Z, I guess. Kyle, please run for president. You're the only person who I think could actually do the job correctly and get our message across. Well, that's very kind of you to think of me in such high regard, but I'm also an asshole on YouTube, and all I do is run my mouth and talk shit. So
maybe one day.
Yeah, Talk to me when I'm 50 something. I'll consider it. But hopefully somebody else gets in there beforehand and fixes this shit. Mohit, thanks again for the $20. Very kind of you. What do you say to Venezuelans and Venezuelan American immigrants who are happy the U.S. did a coup because Maduro is a bad dictator and they don't care that is for the oil as long as he is gone? Should my empathy go to them as well? No. My reaction to those people, if I'm being honest, is fuck those people. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because all these, you see a very similar thing when it comes to Cuba too. Like a lot of the Cubans who come to this country were the former aristocrats when Cuba had a right-wing dictator. And so Fidel Castro took over. All the people, all the corrupt people who were rich and who were exploiting all the working class people, they had to flee Cuba and come to the U.S. So it's all like the right-wing assholes who came to the U.S. And so am I surprised that like the Cubans would love it if we overthrew the Cuban government? No. Like I expect those people to have those opinions. In the same way I expect the Venezuelans who are in this country to want Maduro to be overthrown. I'm not going to do your fucking dirty, your right-wing dirty work for you because you're like aristocratic Venezuelans who want to fucking, go back there and have a right-wing government that's comfortable with the U.S. So no, I don't. I saw the videos of the people in Miami dancing after Maduro was overthrown, and it's like, yeah, you're in Miami. The people in fucking Venezuela, you talk to them, and they're like, I'd like my government to not be overthrown by Trump being a psycho, please. Thank you very much.
No, it's a great point. It's the people who are kind of, I guess, wealthier or kind of not as attached to the situation that are the ones on 100%. Instagram that I've seen commenting, saying, this is great, this is great. It's like the people in Venezuela don't have access to Instagram. They're not on there commenting like, this is great. They're actually in the trenches saying, what the fuck's going on?
Bro, and MAGA is posting AI videos pretending like it's Venezuelans excited that Maduro was overthrown.
Oh, God.
They posted AI. They've also posted videos from 2 years ago pretending it was like from today. They posted videos of after Venezuela beat Paraguay in the World Cup.
No.
They were celebrating the street. They posted that and pretended like it was celebrating Maduro being overthrown. Like, this is what I'm talking. It's like there's a massive psyop to try to get people to think this is great, this is awesome. It's not. It's fucking bullshit.
Horrible.
Sheila, thanks for the $5. How much of the timing of the Venezuela attack has to do with the Epstein files, specifically Jack Smith's testimony? So I definitely think that was part of the thinking. Like, I think Trump wanted to do it anyway. I think the billionaire class wanted him to do it. I think, like I said, he wants to create a legacy and become a consequential president and like expand U.S. territory. So like, I think all that is true, but certainly at the core of what he's doing also is, I got to get everybody to stop talking about the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So I really do think it's a big part of it. Justin, thanks for the $10. Corin, does it annoy you that Aaron Rodgers is playing good as soon as he left the Jets? Also, think Luke Thomas could be a good KKF guest. Talk about how red pill the MMA fan base has gotten lately. Yeah, somebody asked last week about Luke Thomas. We'd love to have him on KKF. That guy's the man.
Is he a YouTuber?
No, he's like an MMA guy, and he just started doing political content too. He's always been political, but now he just started doing a political podcast along with he does MMA shit. He's like the only left-wing MMA guy.
No, it doesn't annoy me that Aaron Rodgers is playing well because Aaron Rodgers wanted to play well for the Jets. The Jets didn't want Aaron Rodgers. And that's what kind of annoys me the most is that we had a shot to have him. He wanted to be there. They didn't want him. So that's why he left and went to the Steelers, and he's doing well. Aaron Rodgers, in a weird way, for me, in a football sense, he hasn't spoken too much off the field with like his COVID shit and like vax stuff. As a football player, he's kind of grown on me, and I've kind of become a fan of his watching him play. So, I'm happy to see him do well.
Bogey the Kaizen Dragon, thanks, man, for the $5. Kyle, great segment on Chris Murphy. I live in Connecticut. His number 2 donor is Elliott Management. Paul Singer, biggest profiteer from the Venezuela coup. Wow, I did not know that. That is good to know. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, thank you. That's a big deal. Yeah, he said something great initially, and then the second day it was like, wait, excuse me? What? He was like, Trump didn't do enough of a regime change. He needed to overthrow more people. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
What do they want?
Jorgen, thanks again for the $5. Kyle trying to undermine our looks maxing so he can mog us. Nice try, bro. You got me. That's exactly what I do. The thing I said about stop making the face thing, like, he's like, oh, you're just trying to mog us, bro. Maybe you're on.
You got us, Jorgen. Kyle doesn't make his thumbnails.
Pyro Salsa, thanks for the $10. Appreciate you, boys, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching the show. Lefty Meme, shout out. Thanks for the $5. Nick Shitty just created 1,000 Tim Walls. Which Republican governor should we make resign with a fake conspiracy theory of our own? Abbott. See, the funny thing is, Lefty Memes, we don't need to make anything up because these guys are horrible on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned Abbott. What did Abbott do? One of the things he did was that Death Star law. Remember that? The Death Star law, I believe it made it so that like if a city or a town in Texas wanted to like raise their minimum wage or make it so that like if you work outside in the heat, you have to be able to take an hour break whenever you want. They made it so that the state government just wipes out all of those local regulations and those local rules. So like we don't even need to make some shit up. What their actual voting record is fucking disgusting enough to make people go, ugh. Like, but people need to be educated about it. How disgusting these people are, you know?
Drax
DBZ. Oh, geez, he's hooking you up, broski. Yeah. That is generous as hell. Thank you. We appreciate it. Kyle, I need you to run for president, my man. You're literally the only person I can think to do the job. Everyone else is too involved or too corrupt. People want an outsider who is intelligent and populist. Your messaging and morals are what we need. Well, again, I mean, I'm very flattered anytime people say something like that. And like Corin mentioned before, talk to me when I'm 50-something, bro. If I would need to get a lot more famous and shit would have to, you know, still be horrible in order for me to consider it, you know.
Who knows? The way we're going, man, you're on track.
More
famous
really.
and shit is getting super more horrible. So it's like
I don't know. The thing is, like, there's a cap on internet people, I still feel like, you know, like you need some sort of mainline recognition. Like they would need to start inviting me on CNN and MSNBC and shit like that, and dealing with the shit I actually say, which is sometimes controversial.
True.
So I don't know, but you know, hopefully before I turn 50-something, there's, you know, people who step in and fix this shit.
But all those CNN people are gonna die anyway, like CNN, MSNBC people, and then like it is gonna turn into YouTube is the CNN, MSNBC.
I mean, we're already kind of at that point, but they're still not. We haven't broken through to the real mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm niche famous still. I'm not famous. I'm not A-list famous or B-list famous or C-list famous for that matter, you know?
Facts. Thank you though, DBX. Another GOAT.
Jeez, another fucking. You're getting blessed, bro.
Yeah, tonight there's people wilding out tonight.
Penn Taxon Scene, thanks for the $50. Kyle, you're a fucking national treasure. For those looking at my profile pic, I was 40. I'm now 61. Married to a genuine smoke show I for reals never deserved. Corin, pretty chill too. Well, thank you, Penn. I really appreciate that. That is very cool. You look jacked to the gills if that's actually you. And yeah. I can also relate that I am married to a genuine smoke show as well, who I definitely don't deserve. So
you both deserve, man. I'll stop you guys there. You're
shout out to you and me for finding a way.
I don't deserve Molly either, so we're all in the same boat.
That is true. That is true. So all three of us are fucking lucky as a motherfucker. Shout out to you though. It's very kind. Nice. Very kind. Melissa N, thanks for the $5. Kyle, if Maduro gets an American lawyer, who would his dream lawyer be? Neil Katyal, who represented Abu Ghraib detainees? Let's go with Alan Dershowitz. I'm just kidding.
He said Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe. I don't know, man. That's actually a good question. I would say I'm sure that there's like some lawyers at the ACLU or at the FIRE organization, the free speech organization. I feel like any of them could do a phenomenal job. There's a lot of great lawyers out there, you know? You want to get a lawyer who is just an expert in whatever the fuck the shit is that he's being charged with. Yeah. But like I would get the best fucking defense attorney on the planet, and I'm sure he can afford it since he's literally the president of a country. So
yeah. I wonder does he get an American lawyer or can he get like a Colombian lawyer or whoever the fuck he wants?
I mean, I'm not sure. You need somebody obviously who passed the bar exam, so who's a lawyer here. But you know, I'm sure he can get the best of the best lawyers. And yeah. Cross Corp, thanks for the $9. Kyle, what are the chances of you going on Tim Pool? Zero. Yeah, there was a time I would have done it. But then in fact, we were like talking and maybe setting it up at some point. But then when it came out that he took a bunch of money from that Tenet media organization run by Lauren Chen, and Lauren Chen was taking money directly from the Russian government. So he was like getting money from the Russian government through Tenet media. When I saw that, I was like that level of corruption is just like, I'm not interested in your whatever the fuck you're doing over there. You know what I'm saying? So
and you're true to your roots.
True. Nedia, thanks for the $5. Went to get a bottle of Club New York, and I love it. So good. Very versatile and inoffensive. We'll probably alternate that and JPG Lamal, Eau de Toilette. Love you guys. So, bro, let me tell you, I agree completely. The Ralph's Club thing, I recommend that to anybody who's getting into fragrances. Ralph's Club New York is a phenomenal fucking fragrance. I was watching one of the fragrance YouTubers, and she said she didn't like it. And I was like, bro, that's cap. Like, you're capping. That is just not even fucking possible to not like this. And then when I went and looked at more of this person's work, I realized, oh, this is one of those. There's some people in the fragrance world who I just consider snobs, because what they do is they don't go based off of what actually smells good. They go based off
the grain.
It's like some contrarian mixed with like snobbery. Like, it's got to be expensive. It's got to be niche. It's got to smell different in order to be good. And so, like, I saw more of the work and I was like, this is like, you say shit like this all the time. You'll take one that everybody agrees smells awesome and be like, no, I don't like this, you know? So
there's always people out there like that.
There's always people like that. But believe me, if you're watching this and you're a guy and you're getting into fragrances, Ralph's Club New York, check that shit out. It's an amazing smell. You'll fucking love that shit.
Ralph's.
For you, Corin, I got to think I should make you take one of those like fragrance tests to learn to see what things you think smell good. Then I could give you a recommendation for what you would like.
I'm like a vanilla. I think I like vanilla smell.
Oh, you like vanilla? I can fucking hook you up, dog.
Vanilla is my shit. I always fuck with vanilla smells. That's the soap I get, all that shit.
I'll tell you right now. Ready? 1 million elixir.
That's the name of it?
The name of it is 1 million elixir.
I'm going to
try that shit.
I'm gonna tell to get it for me.
Bro, that shit right there.
Banger.
Fucking amazing vanilla. The vanilla is the core of the scent, and that one's a strong scent too. It lasts a nice long time. You only need like 1 or 2 sprays at first of that one, and you'll see. You'll fucking love that shit.
Say less.
Jason Lee Cardwell, thanks for the $5. Isaiah Stewart is Defensive Player of the Year. First in what's that, Core? First in
this
OPP.
Is a Pistons fan. This is
field goal. What is OPP?
Where's OPP? First in opposition, like opponent field goal percentage.
Oh, okay. Second in blocks. Yeah. Cade is better than Brunson. Osar is the best perimeter defender in NBA.
He's just a Pistons fan trolling. There's
let him get it off though, dog, because we got waxed.
We see you in the playoffs.
You got to let them.
Tonight, I guess.
Let him take the dub. We just got waxed by them literally tonight.
Although they put a picture of
90 to 121. We got destroyed by them tonight.
We'll see them in the playoffs, and all I'll say is when there's a picture of Jalen Brunson being guarded by Cade Cunningham on Twitter. Someone wrote, "Grok, please remove the worst photo, like the worst person in this photo," and they removed Cade Cunningham. So if the internet believes that shit, it's facts.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna give it to you tonight, dog, because it's 121 to 90.
Yeah,
we got waxed. Like I said, I don't know if you heard the podcast earlier, but I said to Corin, without Josh Hart, we're ass cheeks.
Yeah,
like. With Josh Hart, we're a championship team. Without Josh Hart,
if he goes down in the playoffs, like one injury,
we're cooked. Yeah, if that scenario. Yeah. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Did you guys weather and overcome a period in adolescence of towel dances / discomfort with seeing and talking about your bodies with other guys? First of all, I've never heard the term towel dances before.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
I don't know what that is.
Discomfort with seeing and talking about your bodies with other guys. I mean.
I'm confident in my body.
I'm confident in my body too, but I don't ever walk around naked in a fucking locker room. I'm disgusted
I always have
a
towel on in a locker room. You can't walk around naked. People who do that shit are just ODing.
The older generation does that oftentimes. And I remember being a kid and being in the golf clubhouse in the locker room and just seeing a dude walk around with his fucking meat swinging all over the place. Nasty ass, long ass balls hanging and shit. And I'm like, I don't want, like, I'm a kid. I was like 11 at the time or some shit.
Trying to have a conversation with you or something.
Like, how you doing, buddy? This is criminal. What are you doing? This is a crime, what you're doing right now. So I've always been leaning in the direction of, like, I wouldn't say prude, but like, I'm not somebody to fucking take my shirt off or fucking pull my pants down or whatever on some casual shit.
Yeah.
But I've always been very comfortable with my body, but I don't show it to other people on some casual shit. You know what I'm saying?
You and me both.
CK Progressive, thanks for the $5. Don't worry, I won't brag that the Pistons won. Also, tomorrow was the 5-year anniversary of January 6th, aka the day Trump should have been locked up. Facts, brother. Facts, brother.
Pistons fans in the chat, man.
Well, I guess Detroit. I guess the show's big in Detroit. Yeah. Random videos. Thanks for the $10. Got to disagree with something one of you said a few months ago about Newsom looking like the president. He doesn't look like a president. He looks like he wants to kill Spider-Man. He also looks like a used car salesman, to be honest. And also he's sort of shit the bed a little bit since we last talked about that. So I don't know. He went from leading in my mind to like now maybe not leading. So we'll see.
Yeah, he's gotten a little sleazy.
Yeah. Trance of Hatred, thanks for the $6. The book This Life from Martin Hagland about real freedom is the most important book in these times. Love you guys. All right, there you go, y'all. Check out This Hagland. Life from Martin Hagland.
Thanks, Trance.
Lizzie, shout out to you. Thanks for the $5. Nakaji at 48 Bowery. Definitely recommend it. Can be pricey though.
Been there.
To Kyle, thoughts on Terre de Hermes, the Eau de Parfum version? It's a 9 out of 10 for me. So I've never smelled that one, but it looks interesting to me for the simple reason that I know it's controversial and I know there's a note of flint in there. So, and I don't know of any other fragrance that has like a flint note in there. But I will say I do have a track record of liking some different type scents that like take a risk. There's this one that I have, this fragrance I have called Alien Man by Mugler. I don't know how you say it. And it's like, it smells like there's like a sourness to it. It almost reminds me of sour candy or almost like pickle smell or something like that. And the shit is banging. Like I fucking love it.
It's like if you told me that, I would say that probably didn't smell good.
It's like a woody, spicy scent with like, it almost smells like sour candy underneath it. And it is, I love it. But to your point, Corin, like the way you reacted, if you go read reviews, almost everybody's like, I hate this shit. This shit sucks.
I'd be like, nah, I don't want that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to smell the scents to really know what you like and what you don't like, because sometimes something you should like, you don't like, and vice versa, you know? So I haven't smelled the Terre de Hermes yet, but I'm interested in doing that because it's very different. And so it could be really great or I could hate it. So we'll see. But shout out to you, Lizzie. Appreciate you.
And Lizzie, don't hate on, Nakaji, all right? Because it does look like they are pricey with their business card, but Kyle, me, Molly, and Crystal, we're eating for free because we know the owners. No, I'm just kidding. We'll pay full price. No, shout out to you, though. If you've really been there, that's kind of gangster. And what's up? Go back and tell her you're a fan of the podcast also.
Tomo, thanks for the $10.
Oh,
it was nice. Oh, let's go. It was nice running into you today on 67th Street, Corin. I forgot to say thank you to you and Kyle for what you do. It was a perfect early birthday gift for me. January 6th, National Holiday of MAGA, LOL. That is so funny that that's your birthday. Like you're celebrating and you look up at the TV. Wow. You're celebrating, you look up at the TV and you see people storming the Capitol and you're like, oh my God, what's happening right now? So that is happy birthday to you, by the way. Happy birthday. Yeah. And we hope people come visit your restaurant. Yeah.
I think it was Stephen Colbert. I think he said his birthday is September 11th, and like he's got to obviously celebrate that day. Like not celebrate, but like that's his birthday, and it's just like everyone whose birthday is September 11th is just overshadowed by everything else that happened. So,
I literally never thought of that before. It never occurred to me that like, wait, there's a lot of people that have September's the number one month for birthdays too. There's most birthdays people have are September.
Yeah.
So
Molly's September. She's September 8th, 3 days before.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's probably so many people who have September 11th as a birthday or January 6th as a birthday. Damn, man, that's so crazy.
Yeah, like you're walking around smiling, happy, and everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? It's September 11th. You're like, oh, my bad. It's my birthday.
If you're Ted Cruz, you're jacking off on September 11th, remember?
Yeah.
He posted some porn video on that day or liked a porn video. Yeah, he did that on September 11th, yeah.
Ted Cruz. Tomo, you are a real one, man. That was so awesome. Thanks for saying hi. That was really cool.
Yeah, shout out. Go if you watch the full stream, you'll see we actually plugged your restaurant, so we hope you get some nice business off this. Just Zajac, thanks for the $5. Funny story: a cop pulled me over and forgot to put his truck in park before getting out. It ended up hitting him in my car. I didn't get a ticket.
You should get more than not a ticket. You should be suing them for fucking. You should say your back hurts.
Bro, that's hilarious. That's actually genuinely funny. Thank you for that.
So hard.
Needed that laugh today. AB Clay, thanks for the $10. There's a theory that people with lots of tattoos are more prone to anxiety. I wonder if it's similar for bumper stickers. It's a good point. I could see that potentially being true. I always find social science stuff like that interesting when people give like little factoids like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're saying tattoos are comparable to bumper stickers?
Well, he's saying that if tattoos are a sign of anxiety, are bumper stickers also a sign of anxiety?
Oh, yeah. I feel like that would tend to be true. I feel like people who have like mad bumper stickers on their car are a little crazy, a little bugged out.
Shout out again. Thanks for the $10. We appreciate you. Bad bumper take, Kyle. Bumpers are plastic covers over supports, even contact that you can't detect from a visible inspection. Collapsed absorbers won't do their job as designed in a major collision. Well, I would disagree with you, but you're jacked to the gills and I'm not, so I'm gonna let that slide, dog.
They are what? So the
Appreciate
bumpers
you.
are the weakest, one of the weaker parts of your car. Is more or less what he's saying.
Yeah, he's saying that. Yes, he's saying that like
Yeah,
worse
plastic
damage can be done than what you think if somebody hits your bumper. Is
True.
what I take away from that, basically.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You will. We'll let you have it just because of your default photo.
Darth Helmet, thanks for the $5. Kyle, have you tried Labo? I personally like Santal and another 13 from them. Go Spurs. I have not tried them. And to be honest, I think I've only heard of Santal of all those. So maybe I should look into them. Little Labo. Just for Labo. Oh, God damn it. Why can't I type Labo? Okay. Santal 33. Woody, powdery, leather, warm, spicy, violet. That's got potential. I'm a fan of woody, and I'm a fan of powdery, and I'm a fan of most leather and warm, spicy. Violet, I'm not sure. But anyway. Jimmy Ramos, thanks for the $10. It's crazy. Kyle says he doesn't want skanks coming up to him at basketball games. What? But he's the only one qualified to know what earthy fragrances would attract them in perfume. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, it wasn't a basketball game, bro.
Tennis.
It was at tennis. That's right.
Yeah.
They're like, can you take a picture of us? Oh my God. Do we look cute? Meanwhile, my wife's right there and they're like posing and I'm like, oh God, what's going on here? But yeah, earthy fragrances that they're more controversial than most of the ones I have. But appreciate you, Jimmy. Thomas Duncan, thanks for the $5. Thank you, Kyle. You saved me from being a super racist neocon in 2015. Well, that is good to hear. And we appreciate you. And we are happy you have joined the good side. Lucas Magnus, thanks for the $5. I thought we might trade some missiles and strikes with Venezuela, like with Iran, but stealing their president definitely wasn't on the 2026 bingo card. Yeah, that is so crazy. Not only did we steal the president, we also carpet bombed Caracas, which is so insane. We were just like, yeah, we're also going to bomb your fucking capital and blow up random buildings and the fucking resting place of Hugo Chavez. That's so crazy to me, you know?
Yeah, I bugged out.
Soul, thanks for the $20. Very kind. Kyle does not look like Glenn Beck. Glenn has a recessed upper maxilla. Kyle definitely mogs Glenn. I saw your report on Looksmaxers. Crazy stuff. By the way, is it true Looksmaxers hit their face with a hammer? I don't know. It's hard to tell if that's a meme or if they mean it, you know?
Someone hit their face with a hammer on a video or something?
Bro, it's a long story. Don't even ask about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's this thing called looksmaxing, which is trying to look as good as you possibly can, chatify yourself, basically. And like they say, some of these guys hit their face with a hammer because then when the bones regrow, they regrow in a stronger, more masculine way.
Oh, that'd be so...
I don't know if they're telling the truth or if they're memeing. I have no idea. But yes, the looksmaxers are actually looksmaxing. So it's kind of weird.
Crazy.
Real Boxing Kings, thanks for the $5. Kyle versus the Orange Cheeto at Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God, bro, I'm 37 and he's like 80 and almost dead. So I think I got that one.
Mar-a-Lago is going to be the next Epstein location.
It already has been.
Yeah.
Tyler Marks, thanks for the $5. Could either of you gentlemen do a segment on the Major Richard Starr Act? Senator Wicker told the public it costs too much for this act to be enacted. I've never heard of it. The Major Richard Starr Act. Do you know what they're talking about, Corin?
I have no idea what Richard Starr Act is. And if you don't know, I for damn sure don't know.
A bipartisan bill to allow combat injured military veterans, medically retired with under 20 years of service to receive full military retirement pay and VA disability compensation, ending an unfair offset that currently reduces their benefits. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's crazy. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, this country, I don't know why we have so many loopholes and shit for like Medicare. You got to be over a certain age. And now with the VA, like you learn something like that, like there's some veterans that don't get full benefits. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I think so.
Inconspicuous typos. Thanks for the $10. Tony Evers is out. Walz is out. I think that Klobuchar could win, but Wisconsin might end up with a Republican governor, Tom Tiffany. But I want Francesca Hong. Please get her on KKF. She is like Zoran. Wait, Tony Evers is gone too? Oh, I guess is he term limited out, I guess, or he's not running again? But Klobuchar, I don't, just to address the meat of that, though, I don't think a Republican's going to win. I think the map is so bad for Republicans right now that the Republican is not going to win. So that's good. But I guess I prefer this Francesca Hong over Klobuchar too, based off what you're saying. It seems like Francesca Hong is more left-wing. But I think I wrote her down the other day. I think you may have brought her up before. Did you? Mr. Game Day, thanks for the $5. A Kyler and Corin idea: put NBA teams in tiers based on who you personally loved and personally despised. KKF guest recommendations: Van Latham. Yeah, I like Van Latham. That's my boy, and I would be happy to have him on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's on the list as well, by the way. He was on the list before anybody even mentioned him. Clanker Wank, thanks for the $5. Kyle, if you think about it, Maduro fell asleep first at the sleepover. Rookie mistake. Yeah, kind of true, isn't it? Kind of true.
But he fell asleep, and that's when he got kidnapped.
Exactly. Yeah. Jay Brown, thanks for the $5. They did the prank on him because he fell asleep. Jay Brown, thanks for the $5. What would it realistically take to impeach and remove Trump? Shit. A miracle at this point. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You would think that at some point the Republicans would be like, okay, all right, we're good here. We're done here. But none of them break, or like a handful of them break and then retire because they're bitches and don't want to stay in there and fight, you know? So like you would need Republicans, some percentage of Republicans to grow a spine, right? What do you need? 2/3 or 3/4 or whatever? Probably 3/4, something like that in order to get it done. So that would take a miracle. They'd need to grow a spine. Corin, what were your favorite suburbs or towns in Illinois?
Well, Gurney was awesome. I lived right by Gurney. There's a big outlet mall there, and they had a Nike outlet that was awesome. They also had a Raising Cane's. I like Schaumburg. I used to work out in Schaumburg. There's a lot to do there. There's another mall there that's pretty cool, and there's like a Lego store. And then Des Plaines. My favorite restaurant or like food spot is in Des Plaines, called Paradise Pub. Their burger is off the chains. So if you're in Illinois, go to Des Plaines, go to Paradise Pub, have a burger, the Merck's Cheddar Burger, and send me a photo.
Jim George, thanks for the $5. Canadian here. I personally think Trump will be done by midterms. Call me crazy, but I still have faith in the American public at large. You're a better man than me, bro. You're a better man than me. I hope you're right, though. It's certainly, like I said, I think he's likely to die at some point, if I'm being honest. That's what I actually feel like is going to happen.
In the next 3 years, yeah, for sure.
Mark Marinello, thanks for the $5. Good evening, gents. Do you think we will see socialized healthcare in the U.S. within our lifetimes? I'm a millennial too, LOL. It's a great question. Right now, I lean no. But like, I almost don't want to say that because I feel like it undermines our fight to get it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the smart money's on no, but I would fight tooth and nail to make sure we do get it. Real Boxing Kings, thanks for the $5. My day is made when I hear Kyle's Alex Jones voice. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening to the show. We love you. Please come back. And fuck the globalists.
He would have been a good wrestler.
True, when he wasn't fat.
Yeah.
MML, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, keep an eye out on the presidential elections in Colombia this year. I think will make a huge difference in the region. Yeah, I mean, again, it's hard. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Petro Gustavo. Is he running again? He's the man. I fucking love that guy. He better win again.
Colombia's dope.
Or Gustavo Petro, I meant to say. Lucas Magnus, thanks for the $5. Weird to see domestic law enforcement like DEA and FBI join military on foreign combat missions, especially high-stakes San Francisco raids. Felony oil possession? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they're going for, right? And it is weird. It's totally illegal. Like, this is not a thing. They're just making it up as they go, you know?
Yep.
Ryan Beeler, thanks for the $5. If you think about it, Donald Trump is like Hassan Piker and Claudia Scheinbaum is like Ethan Klein. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call internet brain. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. RM Punk, thanks for the, imagine it's the actual RM Punk. Thanks for the $10. I to be optimistic in hoping Dem voters are moving left, but I see a lot of them still love Newsom and Buttigieg. Do you have that concern, or do you actually think it'll be different this time? I think the Democratic base is much more with us than they've ever been before in my entire life. The thing I'm scared of is kind of similar to what you're scared of. The thing I'm scared of is that Pete or Gavin or some other person who's actually not a lefty like us will co-opt lefty language and will like be a bigger fighter. And like, I could see the base falling for somebody who's a Democrat, who's like a bigger fighter, who they think that means they're going to be further left and they're going to oppose everything Trump does and destroy MAGA. You know what I'm saying? That's my fear, is a centrist comes along and fakes it like they're the biggest fighter and the most left wing, and they get elected. But like, if the centrists can't fake it, if they're not fighters, if they don't act like they're left wing, then I think we're going to cakewalk to the nomination, because our spirit is where they are right now. So I'm afraid of them stealing our thunder by lying, basically, is my point. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks. Man.
North of Chick Korea, thanks for the $5. Kyle, do you think that one of our asks from ascending progressive politicians should be to promise to push legislation to make a third party viable. Well, yeah, that would just be ranked choice voting. And I don't know if you saw this, but the Democrats were actually considering doing ranked choice voting in all of our primaries. I think it was the DNC or somebody said that with a lot of power. And I was like, oh shit, because I don't know why they think that would help them, but I think the establishment thinks it'll help them now, but it wouldn't. But I think they think it'll help them. So yeah, if we can get ranked choice voting, that'd be great. I mean, you could make that happen. Irfan Suharno, thanks for the $25, very kind. Hey, longtime KNC viewer, first time commenting. Love listening while at work. Y'all got any favorite moments from KNC? My favorites were when Corin created a game show, see or no, and when Kyle was describing that porn vid nuts and butts. Oh my God. My favorite is when you couldn't say Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, I still can't say that
and
shit.
You said like Tibita ball, Bachtail, Tibita ball high. And I had to sit there. I had no idea what you were saying for like a solid 2 minutes. And I was like, Molotov cocktail? And you were like, yes. That's probably one of my favorite moments, I think.
I don't know. All of them are good, man. I enjoy doing this and dating back to like Molly played episode 1 for me. So like they're all good moments.
Oh my God.
Those were some good ones. I always see like randomly like the boxer and briefs conversation we had from back in the day is like a good convo. We've done it for a while, man. There's a lot of good moments. Thank you though, bro.
Cole Kicker, thanks again for the $5. Preaching to the choir, but MAGA ain't pro-war or anti-war. They're just pro-Trump. Credit to those who try to convert, but I gave up on that long ago. Yeah, man. I mean, look, on the one hand, we should be kind of happy, though, because he's dropped all the way to like 36% in the country, and I think he could even go a little lower than that. But on the other hand, it is so disturbing that like no matter what, he won't go below like 25%. Like that's his floor. That's disturbing. Because then, like I say, he could nuke somebody and they'd be like, yeah, I support that. You know, like that's not acceptable.
Max, we're making our way.
Jim George, thanks for the $5. Kyle has become George Carlin. Welcome to the club, Kyle. Wait till you're in your 40s. LOL. It's coming, baby. It's coming. I'm not that far off. Not that far off. Real Boxing Kings, thanks again for the $5. I did the math. The average undocumented immigrant that pays payroll and income taxes via ITIN pays more in federal tax than the average red voter. Yeah, it's like tens of billions of dollars that immigrants pay in taxes. So like the idea that they're like unproductive or whatever has always been nonsense. Shout out to you. Jeremy, thanks for the $5. What do you think will happen to the Republican Party after Trump dies? Their identity is only Trump, and it feels like the party will die with him. Well, I think that's a little strong to say like, oh, they're going to die. I think that's a little bit too strong, but they're absolutely going to be in Nowheresville. They're going to be fucking lost, bro. There's going to be there's already a massive civil war, but it's going to be an even bigger civil war. They're going to be in the darkness. They're not going to know what to do. JD Vance cannot hold the coalition together. So they're definitely fucked. I think worse than the Democrats were fucked after Obama, if I'm being honest. So that's definitely going to happen, but gone, no. Like eventually they'll emerge from the darkness because we have a two-party system. And so, you know, when the Democrats will fuck up at some point, they'll reverse it. Rondo, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how can somebody like Dave Smith be so right about Gaza and at the same time still in the same breath still be a Trump beat writer? Because he's a libertarian, bro. He's a libertarian. So like every now and then, you know, on foreign policy, libertarians are usually good. They're usually good on like, you know, legalizing drugs and shit like that too. Civil liberties, they're usually good on. So they're going to usually be pretty good on that. But then when it comes to, you know, he's more right-leaning than left-leaning. He's more pro-Republican than he is pro-Democrat. And so he's going to have massive, massive blind spots, like being way too soft on Trump, for example. He's also going to be bad on economics, where like he's against the minimum wage and he's against universal health care and stuff like that. So it's just par for the course with libertarians. It's like a love-hate thing that you'll notice that you have with them. But it's expected, whether it's Ron Paul, Rand Paul, this guy, Thomas Massey. Half the time they'll drive you fucking crazy, and the other half the time you'll cheer them on. That's just how it is, bro. Trackside, thanks for the $5. We got Canada and Greenland next. Why not? Let's keep building America. That's I think what they're thinking. It's what the White House is saying right now. Austin, thanks for the $5. Do you have any thoughts on AI companies investing in nuclear energy and the advancements in fusion? I don't trust these fucking AI companies as far as I can throw them, bro. I really don't. So, right now, I'd like to fucking break up those companies and tax the billionaires out of existence. That's what I'd want to do. I mean, I in a separate conversation, yes, I want nuclear power in the sense I want thorium reactors. I want the next generation. I want meltdown proof stuff for, energy. But I don't trust these guys at all. So if they're the ones saying they're having the breakthroughs, fuck them. No, they're not. Why is there a push to take all of Greenland? Couldn't we lease a piece of land and build a naval base? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's classic Trump shit, right? Like he's got to be the macho man. He's got to be the fucking, big guy on campus. He's got to fucking boss people around. But yeah, they would have been open to. They're open to all sorts of shit, and he just wants to fucking steal the whole thing because that's Trump. You know. Trackside, thanks for the $5. Why are liberals so obsessed with hating American? Are liberals trading Palestine flags for Maduro flags now? I think this is just a low IQ conservative, right? Corin, that's what that reads like to me.
Yeah.
Why are liberals so obsessed with hating American?
Yeah. What's the next trend that like people are going to get behind?
Yeah, well, it's the Republicans appear to be the ones who are big on the current thing, as they all immediately hopped on board for another fucking regime change because Trump said so. So I'd say that. Lizzie, shout out to you again. Thanks for the $5 regarding Australian politics. Great suggestion for KKF. Giordano Nani of the Juice Media, a left political satire channel on YouTube. Never heard of them. Never heard of them before, but I will check them out. Giordano.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Nani. Okay, Robe Life, shout out to you again. Thanks for the $10. Walter Becker, rest in peace, and Donald Fagen are the main guys behind Steely Dan. Rest of the brands, a revolving door of musicians throughout the years. I have a love-hate with their music. R.M. Brown's also a fan. Well, I'm a big fan of R.M. Brown, so anything he likes is cool with me. So shout out to him and shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. Dude might be in Steely Dan the way he's showing love for him.
That's funny. Trackside, thanks for the $5. Kyle, even Eminem gave up the blonde hair. Grow up, girl. This is me growing up. I'm tired of fucking. I'm tired of dyeing my shit with fucking Just for Men gel to keep it brown. This is easier. I do this once every like fucking 3 months and just leave it alone. So I'm chilling, bro. D. Josh, thanks for the $5. Should a Dem administration be as forceful like the Trump administration with advancing policies, even if it means disregarding court rulings to push through radical policies? I mean, yes, when it comes to fixing this country, we're going to have to be bold. Now, I would rather pack the court with Democratic judges, with left-leaning judges in order to get our shit done, like expand the court. I'd rather do that than just ignore a court order. But like, if they do an incorrect order, like they're wrong according to the Constitution, then yes, you should find a way to do it legally, right? Do whatever you're trying to do legally. But yeah, the Supreme Court's going to be in our way, and we have to find clever, unique, interesting, and legal ways around whatever their bullshit is because we're right and they're wrong. So that's what I'd say. Jesus, thanks for the $5. Hey, y'all, watching on my lunch break. Pretty funny how me and my coworkers are the full-on lefties in our department, yet our union steward is full MAGA. Shame on your union steward, man. I mean, just stabbing working people in the back if you're MAGA. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to you. You guys are keeping it real over there.
Appreciate you.
So what? Who cares, really? Thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, can y'all have Ed Zitron on to talk about his 3-part series on NVIDIA? It would be the world's greatest mashup other than Corin. He has been calling out power in tech forever and is funny. Ed Zitron. And I'll put NVIDIA next to it. Yeah, I'll look into that, bro. Appreciate the recommendation. Thanks you very much. Tony Izzo, thanks for the $5. Shout out to you. In our history, who do you think the best Republican president was? On the flip side, who was the worst Democrat? I don't know. That's a good question. I probably want to research that a little longer to give you like a better answer. But
was Lincoln Republican?
Lincoln was a Republican. So off the top of my head, that's probably the best Republican because he was a Republican when the Republicans were the Liberal Party. You know, it's a little bit of a cheat code there.
Yeah,
you know but the worst Democrat. I mean, the Democrats used to be the Republicans. They used to be conservative. So I'm sure there was slave owning asshole Democrats too. So, but I'd want to research it more before I gave you a hardcore answer. But we'll go with Lincoln for the Republican one. Shadow Guy, thanks for the $10. Hey guys, I'm originally from the U.S. but took a job in Switzerland in 2018 and just got permanent residence. Just an honest question: if you were in my position, would you ever consider moving back? No. If you are comfortable and happy and you're not here, stay there. Stay there, fella. You're doing better than us here. Trust me. Yeah, I get our buddy Brian moved to London like a long time ago and he's still there. And I look at him and I'm like, I get it. I get it. I see why you did that. Trackside, thanks for the $5. Kyle doesn't want to talk about liberal scammers like Dr. Ritchie because of skin color. What? That's insane. I would not. Why would I ever do a segment?
Scamming over here.
I know he's a conservative, but yeah, I saw that there's this guy, Dr. Rashad Ritchie, who works for the Young Turks. And there's this other YouTuber named Cam something. I'm blanking on his last name. But he did this video that like called out Dr. Rashad Ritchie for allegedly faking degrees. Like he has like 10 or 11 different like big degrees. Okay. And this guy broke it down and was like, this shit is fake, this shit is fake, this shit is fake, this shit is fake. But the idea that I would ever cover something like that, like, that's, I do the news. I do politics. Why would I cover this fucking Dr. Rashad Ritchie guy? I've literally never even mentioned him on my show before. Yeah. It'd be so random to be like, this guy's maybe got fake degree. Like, why would I do that? I don't know. It's just a conservative grasping at straws. But anyway, Noah Redlick, thanks for the $10. Thanks for the show. Would love to hear your thoughts on Zoran's inauguration with Bernie and AOC. To me, felt like such a moment of hope in such an otherwise dark time. So I got to be honest, I didn't actually watch much of it. I saw like one clip of AOC talking. I saw that Bernie swore him in. And I saw that Zoran had this dope ass line about like something about the loving and warm embrace of collectivism, like defeating the fucking whatever individualism thing. And it was a nice line. I like that line. But I didn't really watch the full thing, but I am very invigorated and happy at what I've seen since he got in office. Like I was telling Corin, he ordered a deep cleaning of the subway in New York City, the first time ever. He's cracking down on bad landlords already. He demoted Jessica Tisch already. Great. It's just great stuff across the board. So that is hopeful. Yeah, they're very hopeful. What's going on there now? Jorgen, thanks for the $5. Every time Trump goes buck wild, I think of how worthless Brandon was. The man didn't fight for anything except Zionist funding. I mean, look, I think you're right about that last part. I think the continued arming of Netanyahu and sitting there as they do a genocide and sending more money, more weapons. I think that was absolutely horrible and disgusting and absolutely tarnished his legacy. But I do think you're being unfair when it came to other things, because he actually did get a decent amount through like a very divided Congress where we only had like a tiny majority. He got the CHIPS Act through. He got not Build Back Better, but the IRA, the Inflation Reduction Act through. If he got Build Back Better through, we'd be talking about him like he's a fucking hero. But he got the IRA through because Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema blocked the whole Build Back Better. But like he literally created 775,000 jobs because of his legislation. So little credit where credit is due. Like on the economy, he actually was pretty fucking good. Right. But on foreign policy, especially on Gaza, he was horrible. And so, yeah, like people forget just because he wasn't able to make his case. That's the problem. He was never able to actually like make his case because he's so old and dying that like he didn't say anything. So people didn't know what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But like there was actually some decent shit when it came to the economy. Jesus, thanks for the $5. Next attorney general needs to prosecute every member of Trump's family. Even Barron is in on the crypto rug pulling. Shake my head. Yeah, I totally agree. They need to investigate all of them because I agree that the kids are definitely getting rich off this shit. You saw Corin
on 60 Minutes as a advisor to like Kalshi or whatever that fucking
absolutely, yeah. And you saw that some account opened up. Somebody opened up an account and bet on like Maduro being toppled before January 31st and made like $400,000. And they did this like immediately before Trump made the decision, which means it's somebody in his inner circle doing that.
There's a lot of shit.
Like people gotta go to this, they gotta go to jail. They gotta go to jail.
Yeah, the crypto, it's all a mess. A lot of these betting sites too. It's like you can bet on stuff that like you can actually know the outcome for.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they were betting on like throwing the dildos at the WNBA games, and then that would incentivize people to go throw the dildos. Like this shit's got to be reined the fuck in, bro. This is not acceptable.
One of them was like, will they say the words MVP on the broadcast for a Knicks game? And it's like if you're at the game and you're with 10 of your friends or something like that. You just start an MVP chip.
That's it. Yeah.
And you win money. Like you can bet on someone's gonna be appointed in like the cabinet or some shit. Like, so if you're a family member, like you're getting rich. It's gotta be like regulated or some shit.
Facts. Nathan, thanks for the $20. Love you guys. Thanks for keeping me sane in 2025, and thanks in advance for doing the same this year. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. And thanks for coming here. Yo, Kyle and Corin, shout out to Alex. Thanks for the $5. Just wanted to say what up from the West Coast. I'm a 49ers fan and wanted to get your guys' picks for the Super Bowl. Fuck Rogan. Yes, I agree. Fuck Rogan indeed. And I don't know. I'm not a big football guy. I never really watched football. So whoever Corin picks, I'll throw my lot in with him.
You're not going to want to hear it. I weirdly think that like the Seahawks are maybe going to come out of the West. 49ers look good too, but they lost to them. So they lost their chance of having every playoff game at their stadium. And then out of the AFC, I don't know, man. Like maybe Aaron Rodgers goes on a run and like goes off into the sunset, winning a Super Bowl, even though he's like 42 years old. So maybe like a Steelers Seahawks or something like that could be weird. But it's anybody's game. Or the Bills. The Bills are really good too. The Bills have a shot at it too. Maybe the Bills out of the AFC.
JRT, thanks for the $5. Get Seth Harp on KKF Road 4. Oh, yeah. I actually just talked to Crystal about this guy, too. Not only is he on the list, he was batter up because he's an expert on, like, the Fort Bragg cartel that allegedly were the ones who kidnapped Maduro. And he says they're involved in crime, they're involved in gangs, they're drug trafficking. So that guy's the real deal, bro. He's saying some real-ass shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Accidentally unplugged my headphones. Yeah, my bad. Because my foot grabbed the wire. Okay, Jay Sank, thanks for the $5, bro. Let's all lobby to get Trump the McDonald's gold card ASAP. Yeah, that might speed up whatever's going on with his health, for sure. Lil of all trades, shout out to Lil. Happy New Year, guys. Just wanted to say, hey, fan number 1. And that is true. Literal fan number 1. And everybody go do Lilith a favor. Go sub to @Lil of all trades. Because she's been posting some stuff on her YouTube channel. And thank you,
Lilith. On Thursday, you were not on because we were looking for you. We're looking for the name of your channel, and you weren't commenting. So I don't know if you were there or not.
True, I did find it though.
Yeah, I
just went in my texts, went back, and there it was. So shout out to you, Lilith.
One was asking, so hopefully you got more subs the other day.
Kitty Loaf, thanks for the $5. Yo, Kyle, I'm in Delaware, and we got a DSA guy, Chris Beardsley, running against corporate /Netanyahu lover Chris Coons. Can I get a shout out for Chris B? Let me look up Chris Beardsley.
It's gonna be like
Delaware
a star or some shit.
No, he's right. This is
a real
legit.
person?
I wanted to make sure because I saw there's somebody on Twitter that has like Beardsley by their name and it's like a joke thing. So I was like, wait, is this real? But it actually appears to be real. Yeah. I'm running for U.S. Senate to create a life we deserve. Christopher Beardsley. All right, so shout out Chris Beardsley. We hope you defeat Chris Coons, bro. We are with you.
I'm still
shout out
over here.
Acre, thanks for the $5. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. It's just been like nonstop. It's been nonstop. I don't know what it is you drank, but it's got like the most carbonation of anything in human history, bro.
Yeah, like different energy thing.
Acre, thanks for the $5. Kyle, Nate Bluen is a Bernie endorsed progressive running in Utah's new left district. The GOP tried to steal. This deserves attention. So Bernie endorsed progressive running in Utah's new left district. Nate Bluen. Okay, interesting. I will look into that. Nate Bluen. All right. Wing of Shoe, $5. Thank you very much. It's crazy how many support the kidnapping and calling it a good move to save America. Yeah, they're all sheep, bro. Like straight up. These are fucking brainwashed sheep. When I see anybody say any kind word about this, it's the most boomer-coded dumbass shit I've ever seen.
Facts.
Rashad, thanks for the $5. Kyle, do you think Machado got played and Trump will make a U.S. citizen in charge of Venezuela? Honestly, bro, I don't know exactly what's going to happen because none of this makes any sense. The fact that they arrested him, the fact that they're going to give him a trial, the fact that they just left the VP in charge who allegedly has the exact same ideology as Maduro, the fact that they said we're going to steal the oil, but like it requires like tens of billions of dollars in upgrade to the infrastructure in order to even do that. And like, they're not working on that. There's going to be political instability there now. None of it makes any sense. So I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea who's going to actually run the country. Like I don't think they thought it through all the way. They just wanted to, let's do the cowboy thing and fucking get them and then take it from there. And like, now they're just like sitting around with their thumbs up their asses. Like, well, what exactly do we do now? So I don't know, man. It's I'm waiting to see just like you guys are. But shout out to you, man. Appreciate you.
Trackside coming in twice with more.
Shout out Trackside. Venezuelans cheering and liberals protesting. Make it make sense. The Venezuelans aren't cheering. That's how it makes sense. The Venezuelans that are actually on the ground in Venezuela are going, stop fucking illegally invading my country and fucking kidnapping my president. That's what they're actually saying. But you're probably looking at AI slop, which is total bullshit and made up. Trump is having to clean up Biden and the liberals' open borders mess. I'm not even gonna touch that one. Just let it stand. John Brown, thanks for the $10. I hate with how these oil wars in Venezuela are going when it's like we forget about climate change? We need to be getting off oil, not killing innocent people to get more. Yeah, well, you're not a fucking billionaire who runs the world, who cares more about profits than about the survival of humanity. So maybe just get in the mind of those greedy billionaires and you'll understand why they need the oil, bro. Come on, get with it.
Where am I at? Oh, here we go. We're getting through.
Jay, thanks for the $5. Maduro versus Trump dance off. Who would win? Definitely Maduro. because
Oh,
Trump
yeah,
only
100%.
only has one move. He got the double jerk off move.
Yeah,
He just double jerks off. Jerk off a
Maduro
guy over here,
definitely knows.
jerk off a guy over here. Maduro has at least 3 or 4 different moves. So
He's got some bachata, merengue,
yeah, he's got that shit.
salsa.
Near the far world, thanks for the $5. Among the resources coveted in Venezuela is water. The water wars. That's why I think the Dems are not going for impeachment. Good cop, bad cop, same donors. All right, I'll let that slide for now. But there's a lot I would say in response to that. Trackside, thanks for the $5. Liberals fantasize of an AOC Crockett lesbian presidential run.
Trackside just coming in hot tonight, bro.
But low key though, an AOC Crockett ticket would be kind of based. I would like that shit. Michael Wells, thanks for the $5. Have you heard about the monks walking? Much love to you guys. I have not heard about the monks walking, but that sounds kind of ominous. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
I hate myself for believing that Tulsi was anti-war. I even argued that she was more anti-war than Bernie. I hate myself for that. Look, man, we all live and we learn. You know, I was never a fan of Tulsi over Bernie, but I liked Tulsi, and now she's just a total hack. But now I think everybody acknowledges she's a hack now, and so everybody deserves credit for at least adjusting in real time. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And we did the best we could. That's the bottom line.
Yep. Take people for who they are.
Hold on 1 second.
I'll read this one. This is Molly's dad. Congratulations on Corin's World going over 20K subs. Also, your viewers going over 1,100 tonight. Thanks, Molly. George, you're the best. Yeah, Corin's World 20,000 subs is amazing. I think it happened on Thursday last time we were on, and 1,100 tonight. Yeah, people are rocking with it. Molly's awesome too. She hopped on Monday, and she did a great job. People like her a lot.
Bro, that's so crazy. You got over 20K subs now. That's so dope.
Yeah, I mean, thanks a lot to you. But it's crazy to see. Like, I think you said it once, or someone said it once. Like, there's still like 1,000 people on right now. Put 1,000 people in a room, or put 20,000 people in a room. 2 million people in a room. Like, it's just insane. Like just all the eyeballs that are seen on stuff you're talking about.
By the way, real quick, let me just shout this out. So yeah. Lilith texted me and said that she got picked to co-host a political talk show on the Kentucky Atheist YouTube channel on Thursdays at 1. And shout out to her, man. That's awesome. So she said she's gonna
how do people watch
she's
that?
She's gonna upload it to her channel after the show, she says.
That's awesome.
So everybody go subscribe to Lil of All Trades if you want to see that. So shout out to her. Congratulations, Lilith. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. I've been a fan. I've been a longtime follower of Secular Talk and happy to catch this live for the first time. Thanks for all you do, Kyle. Well, thank you, Nept Mumium. I find your name very interesting. Appreciate you. MX the Light. Thanks for the $10. Hi from Indiana, volunteering for progressive candidate. Kyle interviewed last spring. Jackson Franklin. How much more bandwidth do you think blaming trans people, black people, etc. has left? I think it ran its course, bro. I think it's over. I think it's fucking falls on deaf ears now. It doesn't mean shit. When inflation's going up and unemployment's going up and healthcare premiums are through the roof, people who gives a fuck? Nobody's gonna care about that. Are you gonna hate on your fucking trans neighbor as you're getting fucking evicted? No, you're gonna want to say, "Don't evict me." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's done. I think it's over. I think peak anti-woke has faded. We're past it. Jim Byron Songs. Thanks for the $5. Corin, who that you met working for the NBA made the most impact? Kyle, would you have Chris Hedges on KKF to talk Venezuela? I love y'all. So we actually just had Chris Hedges on KKF not that long ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, to talk about he wrote about how the Trump regime is fascist, basically, and we had him on for that. So I don't think we'll have him on for Venezuela, but we're not because I'm opposed to him coming on. He can come on whenever he wants, but I think we just had him on not that long ago. And Corin, what do you say?
Yeah, I worked at Wilson, so we worked with the NBA. I helped broker the deal for them to become the official ball. I had this lady named Amanda. She was awesome. She kind of saw a little nugget of me when I worked in customer service and brought me over to the marketing team. She was like a inspiration of mine. I looked up to her a lot. There's a lot of people that that work really hard that you kind of appreciate.
Jagger, thanks for the $5. How the hell can the left counter the right-wing media ecosystem? They have no restraints on how low they'll go. Yeah, I mean, we just got to flood the zone with the truth. That's all we can do, bro, is we got to outwork them. You know, we just got to outwork
talk is how you counter it.
Secular talk. There's a lot of us in this left-wing media ecosystem, and like it's just a collaborative effort where everybody's just got to flood the zone with real shit. That's all. And then you just got to hope we win out in the long run.
Facts.
I see Maduro beating the charges. The good Fed lawyers are gone. That's kind of true, bro. And I'm telling you, that's why I feel like they might switch it to like a fucking military tribunal. They might be like, oh, did we say a trial? We meant a military tribunal.
If
you know what I'm saying?
You know it's a wrap.
For sure. Casey O'Leary, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I see my dad falling deeper into this insane MAGA cult, and even when I push back, it feels useless. Any advice on how to engage with him? If I'm being honest with you, the best way to engage with him is to just not talk politics and to tell him, let's not talk politics. You know, honestly, that's your best bet. If you still want to have a relationship with him, then that's your best bet is, look, I won't talk politics. You don't talk politics. You be the dad. I'll be the daughter. I'll be the son, whatever. Like, that's it. That's all you can do. Because if you get into the politics, you're going to be disgusted by him. He's going to be disgusted by you. You're, of course, going to be right.
It's going to divide a bigger,
Yeah, it's just going to make it. Exactly. So, like, that's all it is. But it's either don't end the relationship or just let's not talk politics. That's all. That's all you can do.
Fact.
Cassidy Johnson, thanks for the $5. Maduro lost the election and liberals in America are celebrating him. Make it make sense. Is this another? This feels like a bot comment, doesn't it? Bots are paying you like $5. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Cassidy, appreciate you.
The 365, thanks for the $10. So what if Trump does a Venezuela to Zoran? Are you sure it is really off the table? Bro, I can't say anything's off the table, bro. Like, look at this fucking world we live in. Look at the insane shit they're doing. Like, literally everything is on the table. Everything. You know? So, like, we got to fight back. We got to fucking protest. We got to...
Trump does a Venezuela to Zoran? Nah, he's not doing that shit to someone here.
I mean, he invaded fucking Chicago and he invaded DC and you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's everything's on the table. It's just a matter of will we push back enough to scare his ass away? And on some issues, we did. Right? He actually had to withdraw from Chicago and from fucking all these different places because the Supreme Court was like, nah, that's actually not legal. And then he was like, all right, I guess I'll fucking withdraw. But like, keep pushing, bro.
Zoran, so like he ain't doing that.
That's true. Anymore. Yeah, that is true. He does want to fuck Zoran. He does want to. All right, where were we? Please comment on Canada telling the USA military complex to pound sand, refusing to jointly patrol Arctic waters, and will no longer automatically share data, all but leaving the Five Eyes. I actually did not see that. I did not see that. But if that's true, that's awesome. And it's funny, I just saw the Prime Minister from Canada, Corin, like sucking off Trump, which was disturbing to me. He released a shitty comment about like the Venezuela thing. But the fact that this happens, this is more of what I want to see. I want to see the world basically give us the fucking finger. Yeah. Because we deserve it. It's that simple.
Everyone else is shook.
All right. Kyle, I fuck with you heavy, but isn't this called Corin's World? You low-key do all the talking, bro. Not trying to make it weird, though. Maybe you guys could alternate on red.
Kyle gets all the questions. Kyle is, and he,
you want him to read?
I don't know how to read. No, I don't know
bro,
how to read.
I'll let him read from now on. That's fine with me.
I appreciate Kyle reading, man.
Ain't no problem, dog. He could read it. It's cool. No. Go ahead, man.
No, all this shit is you. I like read it and then
read it and then I'll respond to it. Go ahead.
My conspiracy theory. Well, Dean R. My conspiracy theory is that Trump wants to turn Greenland into a giant data center. It would provide natural cooling for the servers.
Until climate change makes it so you don't have the natural cooling. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I know Peter Thiel wants it. I know that there's a whole bunch, like there's a lot of natural resources there. All that shit. Like yes, any nefarious conspiratorial thing about them, I'm willing to believe because it's all been true to this point. So I think you're right. And thank you for the $50,000 that you just gave us.
Bleach. Hey, Kyle, longtime fan and Reddit mob for your sub. Amazing how many super chats sound very lib. That's true.
Sound very neo-lib?
Yeah. Isn't that like
that vibe?
That one person.
No, that's not neo-lib. That dude is a hardcore conservative. The MAGA freak you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. What's neo-lib?
Neo-lib is like Hillary Clinton type. Like centrist Democrat type. I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, that's true. You can read. You're better at reading.
No, go ahead. Read the shit.
Miss McLeaky. Yeah, you make it look easy. McLeaky always watches. Miss McLeaky always watches. I have to disagree. I would be genuinely shocked if Denmark just does absolutely nothing. At the very least, the EU should threaten to sanction U.S. oil companies. But Denmark, I hope that they would do something.
Yeah, I hope so too. They've done nothing to this point, though. It's kind of getting absurd. It's like, is anybody going to grow a fucking pair and realize they're dealing with Satan? Or are they going to fucking keep appeasing him? Because appeasement never works, and they're still appeasing him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, sometimes appeasement works, right? When you kiss his ass, isn't he like in your corner until he's not?
if he has his mindset on some shit like taking Venezuela, he just took Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't matter if Maduro was like, "Oh, sir, we'll give you what you want." In fact, he did. He offered them oil. He was like, "I'll make a deal with you," and they were like, "We're just gonna overthrow you anyway." You know.
Near the far world, my wife might kick my ass for spending money on super chats when I should be saving, but Crystal B would kick ass, bro. Crystal B as our first lady, yes.
I'd rather have her as the president, bro. I'll be the first man. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll be posted up in the White House in my boxers.
I agree. She's a very smart lady. No, you'd be in your Nike tracksuit, bro.
True. I'd be in my Nike tracksuit. That's right.
Carl Gen X. I guess Canadians need to stock up on Campbell's soup cans. The Geneva Convention is open. Yes, my humor is dark like my heart. Love y'all.
Facts. Shout out, Carla. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Carla. Juan Pimentel. Claudia needs to develop nuclear arms to keep Mexico from being invaded. Also, the situation is destroying Nick Fuentes and Erica Kirk's popularity.
Bro, first of all, Erica Kirk's popularity is cooked. Everybody realized I was right all along when I posted that spicy ass meme. And now everybody's trying to get in on the fun and making fun of her and her fucking disco ball ass outfits and her fucking dabbing on Charlie Kirk's grave and shit.
WWE entrances and shit.
Everybody's like, oh shit, of course you. I saw some conservative made a video and the title was literally, I guess Kyle Kulinski was right.
And no one's gonna. The New York Times is not gonna retract their article and say, hey, actually.
But also, you're right, Nick Fuentes. I'm gonna do a segment on this tomorrow. Nick Fuentes is blowing his whole credibility right now.
But is it
his people are turning on him because he supported the Venezuela shit, and then he U-turned out that bitch when Trump came out and was like, we're gonna run Venezuela. He was like, whoa, don't go that far. So now he's like panicking, and his own people are fucking downvoting him. It's glorious. It's amazing.
Matt Jackson, do you think Trump's health could speed up the process of a Maxwell pardon? Seems like a lame duck move, but I don't know if he's lasting till 2028.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to last to 2028 either. That's what my gut says at the moment. But on the Maxwell pardon, I don't know. It'll be interesting because if he does it, he's seriously out of every fuck to give because he's already given her so much. He's already said you can have a fucking puppy, you can do hot yoga, you can go to this fucking
she's in the
resort prison
jail shit, right?
Yeah, she's in the easiest jail ever. Got fucking TVs and all sorts of shit. Like it's not even a jail, basically. Yep. So like she's already got the shit that he promised. You know what I'm saying? It would be extra if he's like, I'm gonna actually pardon you. You know?
Yeah. Peter Marshall, thank you, bro.
Shout out.
Austin LaPlante. Am I being too optimistic that it looks like Trump's health is collapsing so fast that he might punch his ticket before the end of the year?
I mean, I said to Crystal asked me the other day, what are your predictions for this year? And it was just me and her. And I was like, I'm going to get a little spicy on you, but I don't think Trump is making it out of this year. That's what I said to her.
Wow, that would be bold.
I said, I don't think he's making it out of this year. And look, I'm guessing. I don't have any information other people don't have.
Yep.
But he looks like shit. He sounds like shit. I buy into all the speculation about how he has Alzheimer's and he's taking the Leqembi drug. I think he's got serious problems. I think he knows he has serious problems. That's why every now and then he says this random shit about I'm trying to get into heaven. He said that like a bunch of times lately.
Oh, really?
Like, Jesus Christ, why would you say that? Because he's thinking about it. Because he knows he's on limited time. So that's my spicy ass take. We'll see what happens. You know,
that man's brain needs to be studied. I know when like NFL players pass away with like CTE and shit like that, if Trump ever passes away, they need to capture that man's brain and study the fuck out of it to see what hell is going on with that guy.
So true.
CEO of
Sony. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Have you done any videos on Kat Abu Ghazaleh?
Abu Ghazaleh, yeah.
Abu Ghazaleh. See, that's why I need. She's running for Congress in Chicago. She's anti-ICE and aligns with your politics.
Not only have we talked about her, I literally had her on Crystal Kyle and Friends.
Oh, shit.
So we had her on the show. I, posted a clip from that. I also covered when she got arrested, I believe. So yeah, we love Kat and we hope she wins. And I think she will, to be honest.
Suro, Corin, have you still been in the gym? What's your bench, squat, deadlift looking like? I haven't been in the gym that much. When I go to the gym, I do a lot of rowing because I feel like it works out my whole body. I run on the treadmill and then I'll bench a little bit. I'll just put like a 45 on each side and do that like 10 times. Then I'll bring it down to 25 and do that like 6 times. And I'll just like decrease in the weight. So I think that's 135 on the bench. We've always said this, and I don't know, even when you were in your prime of working out, like, did you go like heavy on weight?
No, I never did.
Of yours? Yeah, see,
I was always
never a goal of mine to like go.
I was always a high rep, low weight guy.
Yes, yeah,
always, yeah.
That's how I've been too. Like I kind of just work out, and I feel like once you do that, you get the movements down better. You get more cut. Like I don't push myself to like barely get the weight up and like get 1 or 2 reps. I feel like that doesn't really accomplish much.
At my peak, I was big, and I would never use max weight. At my peak, I was big. If I'll look for pictures in my phone for next week, and you'll see I was like beefy as fuck, and I never did high weight.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. We're towards the end-ish here. Alex BL. Kyle, I live in the Bay Area and wanted to go to work for the
Shoycott campaign.
However, I've never worked in politics or media. I'm a chef with a comms business degree who never used it. LOL. Any advice or recommendation?
Yeah, go for it with the Shoycott campaign, because Shoycott is awesome and Shoycott is very practical and pragmatic. And if you actually offer a skill set that he can use, he'll fucking use you for sure. So if you're actually interested in it, get involved in the Shoycott campaign. You know, like submit a resume or whatever. Like try to get involved over there for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find an email address or someone you could send a note to. Wing of Shoe, been following you before you were under the TYT banner. It's really been that long. I kind of remember your old set.
Yeah, the hand job studio, the massage parlor studio. Yeah, shout out to you, bro.
Drag's been in the building. Nah, Kyle. One clip of you destroying some milquetoast liberal or centrist in a debate, and you're number 1 in the polls. Uncommon cinema producer. Did you see that Trump pictures of him at Mar-a-Lago with the scowl on his face?
Yeah.
Scowl on his face, be stoic and brooding?
During the kidnapping, I vomited. Yeah. You know what? He was trying to copy that Obama picture. Remember the picture of Obama when they were doing the Osama bin Laden raid and they had the picture of him in the Situation Room? He was trying to copy that. That's what he was trying to do.
I wouldn't be surprised if Trump comes out with his own like motion picture line, like Trump, you know, and they start doing documentaries and shit like that. I could see that happening. And the first one would be on him. Edgar's Dragon. I recommend Persolace first among Fragrances YouTubers. His Love at First Scent series is great.
Never heard of him, but I'll pull him up because that
Persolace. Thank you though. Alex BLA6. Who are your guys' NBA goats? For me, it's Kobe. Even though I had MJ posters on my wall as a kid, my dad is from LA and raised my sister and I as a Lakers fan. Kobe was for me what Tiger was for you in golf. And Jordan's still your GOAT, even after all that.
Yeah, and me and Corin are in the same boat though. Like we, you know, Corin, did you watch the NBA before I did? Did you start watching younger than me?
Yeah, I watched young because I used to go to like the Knicks practices back at SUNY Purchase. Like Gary, my stepfather, did the food service over there. So we were going like when I was a kid.
But do you remember the Jordan era? Like, did you watch the Jordan shit?
No, the most Jordan I remember is like the Utah series in '98. I guess was like really my memory of Jordan.
So then we're in the same boat because we're the age where we saw Kobe's career from the beginning to the end. And obviously LeBron's, because LeBron's is still fucking going on.
Yep.
But like, so yeah, we're more Kobe guys because that's the guy we saw, who we, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, it's always, in my mind, it's always been like Kobe in basketball, Tiger in golf. We're like,
but I'm like kind of nostalgia too, where I listen to Molly's dad and he says like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT. And I've like looked back and like stats and records and like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has got just as much championships as Jordan. He's got more college championships. I think he's got just as many MVPs. Like his stats are up there. It's just not as glorified because he wasn't in like the Sports Center era. He wasn't like, you know, highlight machine.
Yeah, sure.
Had more points than him too until LeBron just broke his record. And like low key, I hate on LeBron and all the like antics and all this shit, like kind of him just wanting a lot of attention. But like he's a beast, bro. Like he's got to be up there soon as the GOAT.
I mean, the debate is never going to end, right? I mean, you could also say Bill Russell has 11 fucking rings. Nobody's ever going to touch that ever again.
Fucking coach too.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of people who can fit in that conversation. But yes, in terms of like personal GOAT type stuff, the one we were followed the closest was Kobe. Because Kobe came in '96, and then LeBron came in all the way in '03. That's actually a long time after, which is why he's still in there, you know. But anyway,
R. Hiller, go for it.
No, you go. Go ahead.
Is it possible as an American to seek asylum in another country due to living under a terrorist regime?
I don't think so, but perhaps it should be. Perhaps that should be the case. You know.
Good question. Noah Curver. Hey, Kyle. Maduro got Barry Pollock as a defense attorney. Julian Assange's lawyer when he was facing Espionage Act charges. A legit defense for sure.
Based as fuck.
Hexy Wexley. Hey, Kyle. Been following you since 2019, man. Got me out of the alt-right pipeline at the. Really do appreciate you, man, so much and your content.
Shout out to you, Hexy. Love you, bro. Love that.
Alex BL, can we get a list of all these scents that people recommend as a fellow cologne connoisseur? I'd like to be able to keep track of all the good recs. Just search back. Just hit that scroll bar.
Oh, you're talking about the ones that other people were recommending?
I think so. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I can tell you. I only threw 2 out there. Polo Ralph's Club New York in the chromey ass bottle. That shit is fucking awesome. And then the one I told Corin was 1 Million Elixir because he loves vanilla, and that's a very vanilla-y scent. So those are the only 2 I've actually put out there myself. So,
Cryptic Saiyajin, howdy guys. Happy Memdani is an AEW fan like me, hyped to go to their live show in Tulsa on Wednesday. Front row tickets, baby. AEW Blue Pill WWE.
Oh, that's what's up. I fucking love that. I never knew that. I know what AEW is, but I never knew they were like Blue Pill WWE. But
what's
that's
that
awesome.
Mean, Blue Pill WWE?
Well, WWE, you know that WWE is right wing because Vince McMahon is super fucking right wing.
AEW
is super right wing, and he's saying AEW is like more left wing.
Oh, good. And they were always more gangster. They always do like a lot more crazy shit.
So shout out to them, bro. Shout out to you too. Appreciate you.
David Cantu, hola. Love what you and your better half do. Take care.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Riley O'Rourke, Kyle, I always look forward to your shows while I'm at work. Get some rest and stay sane out here. Love from South Carolina.
Appreciate you, Riley. Don't worry, I'm good. I'm good. I'm on top of this.
Husband. I'm about to graduate as a water treatment engineer. Some people say water will be the new oil. Any thoughts on water industry lack of clean water?
Yeah, fucking terrifying. And I think wars over water are going to happen probably sooner rather than later.
Shit.
You know, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about another pandemic. You know, I'm worried about all sorts of shit that I didn't used to worry about. We have not really advanced much from hundreds of years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're still a bunch of fucking idiots, and we think we're smarter than we are. And the next time there's a pandemic, people aren't going to do shit. They're not going to mask. They're not going to fucking take the vaccine. You're just going to have people dying fucking everywhere. I'm worried about a lot of shit, including water. Yeah.
Yeah. We have filtered water here. Culligan. Shout out Culligan, even though they're type expensive. Josh, look into Cyberpunk universe. It illustrates corporate fiefdom, yeah. Fiefdom perfectly, and why they want to chop up America. Really good lore, but garbage future.
Yeah, I think I've heard of the cyberpunk stuff. Terrifying. Terrifying in what we have to look forward to in the future.
Michael Dev. Thank you, man. If Trump actually does anything militarily against Canada, I think that would do it for him.
I mean, I hope you're right, but I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Is he actually going to be impeached? Are they going to use the 25th Amendment? What does that mean? What are they going to do? Because I saw a Destiny tweet earlier. He was like, I could see Trump just start arresting Congress people, and I don't think anybody would stop him. And it's you look at, what he did to Venezuela is fucking insane. That is wildly unconstitutional. He just did it. So I don't know what that means. I feel like he could kind of get away with anything unless and until literally millions of people descend on Washington and scare the shit out of these fucking assholes.
John Brown. Hey, Kyle, I really hate this Cold War shit with China. We really need to be working with them no matter how much we disagree with their form of government.
Could not agree more. That's exactly right, bro. Appreciate you.
John again. Hey, Kyle, did we forget about climate change? We need to get enough oil, not making wars over it.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, the patents of the future are all in green and renewable technology, and our government has been fuck all that. We're doubling down on the ancient shit, fossil fuels. So they're just idiots.
Ash Talk, I appreciate y'all doing this every Monday. All my best friends are in the tank for Trump, but this is Trump country here in Texas. It's just nice to have a hangout with y'all. Kyle, been watching you since 15.
Well, shout out to you, Ash. I wonder how old you are now, but I appreciate you watching. And don't worry, man.
Maybe. So that would be around our age.
Yeah, but then that couldn't be because I started doing my show full-time in 2012. So I don't think that math works out. But there's a lot of us out here, bro. Don't worry. You might be in a sea of red, but there's a lot of blue. So hang in there, bro.
Pensatana came in hot tonight, man. Great show, Corin. Do me a favor. Make sure to spend this on wine, women, and song. The rest, feel free to spend foolishly. This show is a gift. Thanks, man. Oh,
Shout out to you. That's very kind.
it's really kind. I don't drink wine. Molly does, but she'll get a nice glass of wine on you. Thank you, bro.
Jack Smith representing Maduro in court would be wonderful. That would be hilarious, but he's more of a prosecutor, I think. So, Cryptic Sayajin, thanks for the $20. There is a leftist trucker YouTuber, Enemy from Within, who has been posting since Trump 2.0, recently interviewed Trisha Calvares, who's trying to retire Bobert. I think he'd be tickled if you and Crystal had him on. Enemy from Within? I guess I'll write that down and check that out. Enemy.
He's been posting since Trump.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Invest in sodium batteries. America already has a base at Thule. Never even heard of sodium batteries, but shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Lazor Disuarto. Thanks for the $5. Is Trump going to go 2028 after this? I don't think he's going to be alive. I really don't. So I don't think he's going to get that far. Ryan, thanks for the $5. Will we ever get merch for either show? It's not on my mind at the moment. It's really not on my mind at the moment. So for now, I'd say no, but I don't know. Maybe in the future, at some point, I'll get a spark of interest in that and go down that road. We'll see. Oh, is this a new one? Spunky Punky. Spunky Punky. Thanks for the $5. Hi, came here from Kyle's emergency video on the situation breaking in Venezuela. Nice to meet you, Corin. Go Bills. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if I told you. I in that video, I was like, everybody come hang out with us. I'm about to go to
that's dope.
Corin's World, and so that might have been why we got like a little extra boost tonight.
Yeah, so, boost tonight. Shout out to everyone who rolled over from the video.
Bread Pilled. Shout out to you. I like that name. Shout out for the $5. How do you prevent young men from going down the alt-right pipeline? I have a 14-year-old son, but don't want to be overbearing over what media he consumes. You can be overbearing. No, I'm serious. So for our son, we actually monitor like what the fuck he's watching. And the good news is he talks to us about like the shit he watches, and we'll hear it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so if he's watching any like right-wing shit, it's just banned. It's like, no, you can't. And then we explain, here's why this is what they're saying is wrong. Here's why it's factually incorrect. Here's why it's stupid. And he's smart enough where he's like, oh yeah, that you're right. And they're wrong. Like, cool. And so do not be afraid to, like Gavin Newsom bragged about like, my son loves watching Charlie Kirk. And it's like, you're bragging for failure as a dad if you say that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you need to fucking hold him accountable and say, you're only watching shit that's real. You're not watching fake shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
your son's got a real-time community notes in his house.
Bro, exactly. That's where our lines, like my parents to me were like, I don't want you to watch The Simpsons when I was a kid because like there's, you know, like the themes are more adultish. For us, it's like it could have curses, it could be whatever, but the shit where we're actually going to draw lines is bad values like conservatism.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, we're not allowing that, you know?
Facts.
Icarus the Defiant, thanks for the $20. Do you see value in online media, not necessarily your show, imitating the structure of a media network, streaming shows on 24-hour cycle where you could watch from an app on TV? Do you think it could reach a legacy media? It's a good question. I don't know. I feel like Breaking Points does that right, where they're like both professional but also outsiders and online. They're like independent media, but they look professional. I think they walk that line properly. But a 24-hour network, I don't know. I just feel like that's TV and online is something different. Podcasts are something different. And each thing needs to sort of stay in its lane, if that makes sense. So to an extent, I think that makes sense, but I wouldn't go all the way with a 24-hour network and overly professionalizing it, etc., if that makes sense. Bernal Bosch, thanks for the $10. Power skewing towards north-south alignment. Interest in South America, Panama Canal, etc., Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere, divided by East and West, hinge point, Greater Israel. Well, I don't see Greater Israel. Yes, I think they're trying to do that, but I'm not sure how that's a little separate from the U.S. trying to create what's called the Tech Native America, where Trump like takes over all these sovereign countries that are not ours at the moment. They're different, but yes, it's a similar idea of like trying to grab more territory for sure. Appreciate you. Thanks for the $10. Alex, thanks for the $5. Hey, Maduro's he's a piece of crap. Hey, Maduro, he's a piece of crap who is, but so is Trump. Well, yes, Trump is, I'd argue, way worse, if I'm being honest. Done way more damage. Do you think the Knicks will trade for Giannis? I don't, especially now knowing that without Josh Hart, we're trash. I would not trade for Giannis. Yeah, not a chance.
I agree.
Yeah, we need our glue guys. We need OG. We need fucking Josh Hart. Brookfield Corp, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, I've been a fan for a long time and was hoping you could shout out Andy, Troy, and Colin. We all love the show. Well, shout out to Andy, Troy, and Colin. We appreciate you watching, and please continue to.
Yeah.
And I'll keep being a dickhead over here. Jermaine, thanks for the $5. Trump is the living proof that karma doesn't exist. The bad guy always wins. F him and his whole flock, especially his children. 100%. Could not agree more. But we'll see. Maybe karma will catch up at the very end. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
Anglophilia, thanks for the $5. Kyle, come play golf on my links course out here on Cape Cod sometime. Listen to your content on the daily mowing rough, raking bunkers, etc. Shout out to you, bro. And that, honestly, that sounds like an awesome job. It sounds like something I would do if I wasn't doing my show. That's my kind of shit. I get in my zen zone when I'm on the golf course. Yep. So shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Anthony Grimo, thanks for the $10. My guy, Mamdani, rizzed him up. He is chilling. Add Venezuela to the list of U.S. CIA coups for U.S. corporations. Chomsky, shake my head as I'm writing this because of the Epstein thing. List them in How the World Works book. Yeah, like add it to the list of the coups. I agree. It's literal CIA coup. It happened yet again in 2025 right in front of our eyes. Facts. Simon, thanks for the $5. I'm an Italian. Follow from Salento in Italy since 2016. Oh, that's awesome.
Shout out.
Love that. Legit Italian in the chat. Appreciate you. Glenn B, thanks for the $5. Are in danger of getting attacked by Russia or China? Eileen, no, but I got a relative worried about it. Nah, we're not going to get attacked by Russia or China.
Yeah, they'll get the wrath.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be attacked. We have nukes, but at the same time, like, we need to stop pissing off the entire world because there are other consequences, economic consequences that could come for us, and that is real, economic consequences. If Trump doesn't make it to the end of the year, how screwed would J.D. Vance be? Everyone seems to hate the guy. That's exactly right. He can't hold together the coalition. Literally no chance. So he would shit the bed almost instantly. So that's what would happen.
Last couple here.
Big Orange Jet. I think that's how you say that. Yeah. Thanks for the $7. Crazy MAGA are so committed to the narrative that they buy super chats on liberal channels. That's so funny and it's so true. Yeah. They're just like,
hey, I'm going to welcome it all. We welcome it all.
Corin will take it. He'll fucking take it.
Yes.
Cryptic Sayajin, thanks for the $5. Nothing would bring me peace more than being wrong about Trump sparking World War III or another forever war. Well, I think you're already proven right on the forever war thing because he's continuing all the Middle East shit, and he bombed Iran, he bombed Yemen, he bombed Somalia, he fucking stealing oil from Syria, and now he's stealing oil from fucking Venezuela. So you're already right about that. The World War III thing, let's hope that doesn't happen. Area 51, thanks for the $5. Jordan is the GOAT and not even close. Kyle, you spent years building your cred and lost it all on one take. If you ran for prez, that clip would end it. You have to listen carefully to what I say, though. I said for me and Corin, because of our age group, we relate most to Kobe. That's what I said. Okay. But in terms of who I think the actual GOAT is, of course, I think it's Jordan. I've always said that. You can go back and find old clips of me saying that as well.
Yep. Even asked Bernie Sanders that question.
I did ask Bernie. I said Jordan or LeBron is what I said to him. And I think he said LeBron, right?
I don't know. I think
he said LeBron because he said, I think LeBron has better politics. So I think he said LeBron for that reason.
It could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Ash Talk, thanks for the $5. Sorry, I met since 2015. I just turned 36. Kyle, you also got me out of the conspiracy rabbit hole. Appreciate you. Well, thank you, Ash. That is kind of crazy. 36, man. You're younger than me. That is amazing. Shout out to you, bro.
Bleach has the last one here.
Bleach, thank you. Being from Seattle, do you think the NBA will expand so we can get our team back? I don't know, man, but I hope you get the Supersonics back because they're sort of goated low key, and I'd love to see them back also. So
yep.
I wouldn't hold your breath, but I think it may happen.
I think their fan base is too good of a fan base to not get a team back and have like Amazon back them or something like that. This is cat. We read every single super chat. We read Kyle read majority, but there's like 241. So your shit got read. If it didn't, you weren't listening. But that's all the super chats. It's 3 hours and 30 minutes. Kyle's a beast.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Love everybody. We'll see you next week. Kyle is not from Seattle. Anyone want the last note? Kyle, thank you, bro.
No more war, y'all. No more war. No war with Venezuela. Fuck this regime.
Love you, bro. Later. Any last words?
Love you too, man. No war. Those are my last words. All right, peace, guys.
Peace, bro.
Later, Core.
Later. All right. Last words of the night. Anybody want them? 3 hours. Damn, we stay be going 3 hours, something like that. Kyle is awesome. I should leave that one. Maybe I'll leave it on that. Love you guys. Love you, Corin. Good combos. All right. Give me someone give me a good one to end on. Metalhead Matt, you get the last one. You're a real one. All right. Holly, you too. Love you guys. Good job. Oh, Molly. Molly gets the last one. Love you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Peace out.